Hardy, Owen Beetle, Felger and Maz, the Bruins, the Celtics, the Pats, the Revolution. This is Boston's home for sports. WBC-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins got a pair of goals from Victor Arvidsson last night and came back from their Olympic break with a solid win, 4-2 over Columbus at TD Garden. Jonas Korpisalo had to miss about 6 minutes to be checked for a concussion, but he still made 36 saves in net and was the top star of this win for Marco Sturm.
Yeah, it was outstanding. I mean, you just mentioned it. Corpy was unbelievable on the day. Glad he came back right away, from the Olympics right away. Didn't waste any time. Wanted to be in practice. I thought that the last 2 days was very important for him, just to be back on the ice and having a real practice again.
The Bruins have won 10 straight home games now. They visit Philadelphia tomorrow afternoon. Jeremy Swayman expected back for that one. As for the Celtics, they had last night off. They're in Brooklyn tonight to play the Nets. Everyone with the exception of Jason Tatum is available. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Garrett Crochet threw a pair of shutout innings in his spring debut, and Aroldis Chapman struck out the side in his first inning of work of the month. Red Sox beat Tampa Bay 7-5 in Fort Myers. Brian Bayo starts today as the Sox travel up the Gulf Coast to Venice, Florida to play Atlanta. Chris Sale is scheduled to pitch for the Braves. And Patriots senior defensive assistant Ben McAdoo will reportedly not return to the team next season. The NFL Combine is also continuing this week in Indianapolis. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Super Service Today. When your heat or hot water goes out, waiting isn't an option. Super Service Today's warehouse in Danvers is stocked with water heaters, furnaces, and boilers and heat pumps with same-day replacement, day or night, and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
The Sports Hub. Three legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah, boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
We can do it the easy way or the hard way.
My soul aches.
It's sexy.
Okay.
Hey, good morning. That's the Booty Bandit talking to Skip Bayless
It's sexy.
about the movie Sinners. That's Skip Bayless.
Gosh, she is hot.
You sag your pants in her, man. Somebody be up in your.
Evil, devious white people.
It's sexy.
Okay.
Maybe there's something there.
I think I said there's a bit there. Please.
If Brian's got nothing to do, just make Fleece Butt Johnson and Skip Bayless talk today. I'd listen to that. I would certainly listen to that.
What?
Yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are. Fleece Johnson and Skip Bayless have sat down to watch Sinners. If you recall, Skip Bayless realized, he said, you know what, black people have had it kind of rough. I didn't know, even though I'm 80. I didn't know, and I lived through the summer riots and things of that
Bludgeoned
nature.
and battered by white guilt.
He didn't
I'm
understand.
a warrior, too.
Yeah.
What?
He didn't understand the plight of the black man in America until he saw Sinners.
I like you, and I want you.
And, of course, Fleece Johnson, the Booty Bandit, is just a guy who loved to have men on men sex in prison. Yeah, that's right, Skip. You can put that after anything Fleece says, and it would sound all right.
I am what I am.
See, it's got to be more about, I guess, booties.
I like booty.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Okay.
Okay. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube, and then you can download our podcast if you want to hear the whole show later in the day. It's funny because Bert Breer, we have Bert on year round. He's the only guest that we have on year round. He's on for an hour. It's a fourth of one of our shows, so it's 1/20th of our week is having Bert on. So it's nice in planning in that we know Bert's going to be on, but also, we pay for it and everything else. And he's been quite persnickety lately. He was, the last 2 weeks, he was asking to change times because either he was in Vermont or the Vermont thing was ludicrous. And it's got Adam all pissed off, but I think literally the last 3 weeks he's asked to change the time. And this time he's at the combine, which he's there. So, let's have him on to talk about what's going on at the combine.
He's there. We found all about getting there. He's definitely there.
Right.
Definitely there.
So the idea is that, all right, Bert, we pay you for a lot of weeks where you're probably not necessary. But this is a week where you're necessary. It's the combine. And by the way, you're only in Indianapolis.
Same time zone.
Yes, you're not, over and you're doing this from your hotel room. This isn't, you don't have to get up, get dressed, go to the studio and sit here. You get up, literally you could sit in bed and do Cedric's done it. Cedric's done his thing from bed. And I can tell you
Roosevelt Colvin used to do it from the hot tub.
Oh, he loved it. And I can tell you this is that, I can't think of much. Even if I was drinking till 4 o'clock in the morning, that I know Bert's been on once and he was all messed up. But short of, drinking until you pass out, the literally the moment you pass out, I wouldn't drive a car, but even if you got back at 4 o'clock in the morning, that means you probably stopped drinking at 3. You get back at 4 in the morning, you get up at 6:55. You put a shirt on and then you sit in front of the camera. Or say you can't do it on Zoom and do it on the phone. Doesn't really matter. It's just the lack of the ability just to wake up. Wake up in a hotel room and just sit there and talk into the telephone. There's missing an alarm and stuff like that happens. But he's complaining about coming on. It's 3 a.m. He's complaining about coming on. And the thing is, he doesn't have to come in here. He just has to wake up.
Right.
He doesn't have to have anything prepared. He doesn't have to have anything. He just has to sit here and answer questions. And you know him. You can ask him 2 questions, and that's the whole. What are we gonna spring on him? This isn't a debate. This isn't. He's not running for Congress. He's not up against the Joint Chiefs of Staffs. This is to talk about what's going on at the stupid combine.
The other story about this, Fred, is that there are many subtle shades of Adam 12 anger. There's mildly pissed off, and we've seen it since he came on board. I think today is one of those that kind of is at the top of the bell curve. 12, am I wrong in this?
No, I'm all keyed up today. I'm saying look.
He doesn't like Bert.
This might
no,
be, this
no.
might be,
We found that out. No, he does not.
No, I've known that before today.
I know, but today it really came out in the pre-show meeting.
He
He's not happy.
Makes things so unnecessarily difficult sometimes. And to Fred's point, we've been very accommodating. When Bert was out on the West Coast, we moved his time because sure, dude. We don't want to make you come on at 4 o'clock in the morning West Coast time. Happy to move you around, but he's asking to be moved yesterday. And I'm like, well, no, I can't. I got sponsored segments in the 9 o'clock hour. We got a guest locked in the 8 o'clock hour. I'm not moving Cedric because I moved Cedric twice. One of those times was for Bert. So, again, like, this is, to me, you're working at 7 o'clock on Friday mornings. That's your shift. That's one of the things that you do. That's mandatory. Staying out and getting bombed till 3 o'clock in the morning at the combine, that's not mandatory. That's a choice. You can still get bombed at the combine. Just do it till 1 o'clock in the morning and go get some sleep and come. Now, this might all be conversation. He might pop on with us at 7 and be a little bit hungover, and we get the same great hour that we get each week from Bert, which is actually makes me even more pissed off because this was all unnecessary. Just show up and do it.
I mean, how bomb could he be if he sent you a text message?
Well, it was a regular, like readable, legible text message. It wasn't like, nonsense either.
Some would call that being a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah, I guess.
You're maintaining a certain level of your and meeting a certain number of your responsibilities and obligations, but you're also you're slipping into a point of unmanageability.
Because I would think that in order not to get up and do an hour from your room, you would have to be real lit up. Like, it'd have to be one of those things where you wake up like a beam of sunlight hits your eye and you go like, and you don't know where you are.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, okay, like you might immediately know where you are, but like it takes you like a second to know where you are. You're combing through the evening. You're going through your phone to see if you called anyone. You're trying to figure out if you got when you got an Uber. I'm talking about a full blackout. Like, everyone's had, well, maybe not everyone, but I'm sure most of us have at least at one point in our lives, usually probably in a hotel room, you've woken up and you've gone like you're on vacation or something like that. And see, that's what I expect when you go, I can't. David Cross has a story about this, about how he did a radio show coming off of like a complete blackout, and that he, like, there's the wave of panic when he was in the studio and he realized how badly he didn't want to be there, and he was having his brain was still completely out of it. Oh. But Bert doesn't have to go into the station. So again, like, if you wake up and you're like, oh no, what happened last night? I got to figure this out. And that's in the back of your head, and you're trying to get through like a radio show, I can understand that. I'm talking about like you blacked out, like the night is a blur, not a brownout, a blackout. But if you're texting us at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're on the way home, you're not. I mean, you're tuckered out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes. Like, and I'd even feel bad for him if he didn't do the show, and then he was like, dude, like, I'm sorry, but like last night, I mean, what am I going to judge him for that? Like, last night was crazy. Like, I'm like, okay, I mean, I get that things happen.
But it was the preemptive text, the feel-out text.
But if it was to come into the station, I'd even understand that, because I obviously did stuff like that. Like, if I can understand not wanting to come into the station, like, you're anxious, you're not, you have no sleep, you feel like crap. Like, I get not wanting to come in the station. You're going to be in there anyway, in the room anyway. I don't get like how you can't wake up. Like, all you got to do is wake up, really.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy money. You just wake up. All you have to do is open your eyes. You don't have to leave your bed. You honestly don't have to leave your bed. I'm not exaggerating. Cedric Maxwell, it wasn't because he was hungover, did the Zoom from his bed, and he's a way bigger star than Bert.
Yeah, Finals MVP.
This isn't just about Bert, by the way. I'm more like interested in when there's really no. You're not really being put out. Like, that's what I don't understand. I mean, you could get me up at 2:15 in the morning and go, hey, can you do a Zoom with this show? And I do the Zoom and I go right back to sleep. I've done that. I've had to do call-ins with shows during the time I usually nap, and I've set an alarm, gotten up from a nap, gone in, done the show, or if it was on the phone, just did the show from bed, and then put the show down and went back to sleep. It's not very difficult. If you do it for a living, it's not so hard. I mean, you can talk. Now, look, if I was going to be on like Jimmy Kimmel or something, I wouldn't want to do it that way. But if I'm doing a radio spot that I've done a million times, I'm not too concerned about it. It's more just, I'm interested in. Does anyone understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like going in somewhere is like a whole pain in the ass.
Yes.
Sitting in bed is not a pain in the ass.
So do we think he's going to be on with us at 7 or not?
I do.
I agree
do
with
too.
you. I think he is going to. The key is the feeler text that Adam didn't respond to. I think he was looking for a way out. Adam didn't give him one, so he is going to call it at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Carrie, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Freddie, you're being a little rough on Bert. I mean, what if he had to pick his kid up at the airport last night, or what if he had a giant, mound of snow at the end of his driveway or something,
That's true.
He's got a giant mound of snow at the foot of his hotel bed.
Yeah, I was going to say, what if they didn't plow out his hotel room? And, these things happen to people, Fred,
I like this guy.
You're saying because I took my son to the airport and took a vacation day.
Yeah, no, and listen,
you know what? I shouldn't even tell you why I take a vacation day. It's none of your effing business why I take a vacation day now.
Well,
how about that?
Okay, what you would have been better off with, sir, was the one where you flew back from Cincinnati, and that was a last-minute call.
That was also a vacation day, though.
But was it last minute?
Yeah, it 50-50 because I had told Rick that I might take that day off, and I said I had some kind of it was not out of the blue that I took the day off. To
It was
Rick.
real wishy-washy.
Yes, I was wishy-washy about it.
Yeah,
that is true.
I had to run a letter out to my mailbox and put the flag up one day. I had to take a whole week, the next week off of work.
Well, you're a hard-working man, Carrie. I can't tell you anything other than that.
I like Kerry.
I like Kerry because he sounds like Crash.
Let's all love this horse.
A very Boston
Yes.
Crash.
Yes.
Boston Crash.
Yes, he does.
If you take a vacation day, you can do whatever you want. That's time that you have negotiated into your contract. You take a vacation day, you're fine. And you're sacrificing a vacation day, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Pete has some information. Pete, go ahead.
Hey, what's up? When the app was messed up yesterday, the guys on Fox Sports were like, "Oh, we're going to talk to a hungover Bert Breer," and sure enough, he came on and he sounded wasted.
Now, what time was he on yesterday on Fox?
It was probably whatever time the app was messed up, it was probably between 8 and 9.
Oh, so he did. Who's on at that point for Fox Sports?
The two pros and a Joe or whatever. I don't know who it is. I don't listen to those guys.
Yeah, well, no one does. The morning show for the networks is not a good spot. Okay, so Bert was on that yesterday. Maybe Bert got some feedback for being messed up yesterday. And now doesn't want to carry that into the Boston market.
All right.
Right.
But if that's the case,
Yeah, go on,
he
John.
would have texted earlier, knowing that he was going to go out again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know.
Well, I was going to say the solution to that problem is don't get messed up.
I told you he was angry.
It's part of the job.
I know.
You don't understand the moving and the shaking that goes on in Indianapolis.
Bert Breer's an insider, and he wants to maintain that insider status through networking. I do. I totally get that. But you still got to be ready to go at 7.
I mean, even if you have to leave, if you get here at the very last minute at 5:30 in the morning, when I was in Atlanta, now look, I've made my mistakes, but when I was in Atlanta, I would go to Monday Night Football and drink until I got home and then get up and go do the show. And we were on at 5:30 in the morning. Now, that's not smart, but I never got fired. But I mean, and that's, you got to go into work.
Yeah.
Not from my bed.
It's Herculean that you were able to pull that
off.
off.
You could have done it too.
Yeah, at that age, I probably could.
You could have done it too.
Yeah.
There were when I was doing nights in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Now, I mean, this is, and I am not bragging about this one bit because this is dark. This is not good. I get butterflies talking about it. But on several occasions, I was doing nights. I would get off, I think at 11 o'clock. I think my shift ended. And I would go out and I would stay out all night. I would stay out during the day. Like, what's the point of going home now? And then I would just come back into work around like 4 or 5 o'clock to do my show like that next night.
Was this middle of the week, or was this like Thursday into Friday?
It didn't
I think at that point it's not a really issue.
No.
What time of week it is.
And just so you know, John, if you know that you're going out on a Friday or a Saturday night, you have to procure certain things.
Sure.
A couple of days ahead of time. You don't
Right.
want to be scrambling around on a Friday afternoon.
Yep.
See who's got an
I
8 ball.
understand. Yep.
So you got what you do is you get it on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the tricky part. Don't dip into it on Wednesday. And if you dip into it, say like I
and
don't
you're
know,
still scrambling.
after you do the it came from the mailroom at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and that feature is over, you figure, well, I deserve a little treat, for getting through, that very difficult segment of radio.
Yeah.
Then you start dipping in. Next thing you know, it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, and you haven't been home yet, and you're like, well, I got to go to work now. And you go back into work. And then the real struggle at that point is cracking the microphone even to speak for 20 seconds, because the voice tends to seize up a little bit. And you have to summon all your strength and all your powers just to say, Static X on X1075 Extreme Radio. Got Metallica coming up, Cold Chamber, and System of a Down on Extreme Radio. Play. And then you give yourself 20 minutes to regroup.
Yeah.
And play 4 or 5 songs.
I remember when I was in Atlanta one Memorial Day, I worked and I was
Not fun.
I was so hungover. We had a touch screen where you played like the stingers and stuff.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Barron, who was on the morning show, I was obviously part-time. Jimmy Barron, who was on the morning show, for some reason was in there on a Memorial Day. He was like feeding movie stuff into the system. Like he's like, I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? And he's sitting there talking to me, and I'm like, leave. And I go to like hit a stinger, and I'm like, my hands like I'm like tweaking out, like shaking. And I go to hit this thing, and I could see him looking at me like, oh my God, this kid.
I came in on one of those nights, and Ripley, who I'm still friends with, he was the afternoon guy and the music director. And I came in and I had a cup of coffee, because at that point, all the stuff is gone, right? And now you're starting to crash. You can't go to sleep, but you're starting to like, oh, I haven't slept in 36 hours.
Right.
And I'm getting real tired, so I had a cup of coffee, and I walk in, I go to set it down on the counter, and it's just shaking back and forth. He goes, Jesus Christ, you're a mess. I'm like, what? It's fine. And for the worst part of this all, really, it's only fun, especially toward the end, for about 15 minutes. And then after that, you're just chasing, trying to feel, that fun again, or just feel normal to the point where you can function. That was a bad place, John.
I see that.
But John had his own times. But he was addicted to sex.
You and I
he was addicted to models.
You and I will go out to Vegas.
Well, who isn't?
I mean, like actual Legos, but
addicted to models. Like B-52 fighters.
I spent time with magnifying glass,
Bombers.
painting things. This 40-year-old virgin does stop. That's what I was doing.
All right. Well, listen.
That was fun. That was good. That felt good.
It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting what you went through.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
All right.
I think Coke really speeds up the old timeline of things. Like Coke, like when you get Coke involved, it just allows you to drink so much more.
Oh yeah.
Like artificially.
Yes.
I hear a lot of that. Like Coke. People do Coke sometimes just to like stay up to keep drinking, and that's not good, because at least if you're not doing Coke, you'll pass out or get sick, or that's not good either, but it's better than artificially being able to just keep going for another 12 hours. That's crash is bad enough when you're not doing cocaine. I just remember Jimmy being in that studio and just being like, dude, leave, stop talking to me. And like, and I'm like, don't you know I can't hit this button? And I had never shaken like that before. I never really got shakes like that. It was just, I was so hungover and nervous that I couldn't control my hand. And he's looking at me, and he didn't drink. He's looking at me like, oh my God, this kid, He probably didn't say anything because he thought I might have had a condition or something. Like, maybe I can't say anything because he's got some kind of condition. Like my grandfather had that. His hand shook. He wasn't a drinker, but his hand shook. Like he had some kind of neurological thing.
And you're just around people who just do like normal drinking and partying. You probably, haven't witnessed somebody who's like shaking because they.
I don't know if I ever had. I don't know if I had. I think I'm the first person I ever saw shaking. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Join 98.5 The Sports Hub and Corona at Methuen One Stop Liquors on Pleasant Valley Street in Methuen this Saturday from 4 to 6.
D. Okay?
Toucher and Hardy, Early mornings on the Sports Hub.
Did you catch a game last night?
We are Toucher and Hardy. All right, Hardy, I watched this last night. The NHL in town, back in action.
Yes, as the Bruins get back at it after their long layoff for the Olympics, they were home to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, Jeremy Swayman back along with Charlie McAvoy, both back, but not playing last night, as we had Korpisalo in net. And, well, that wasn't great early on.
Here's a puck deflected ahead for Marchenko on a break, and from between the circles he shoots and scores. And Columbus jumps out to a 1-0 lead just over 4.5 minutes in.
And then they did 7,000 tributes. They did one to Charlie Coyle.
That was nice.
They did one, of course, for McAvoy and Swayman.
Who count me among those in our group, think chat thing that we have on Slack that did not know Charlie Coyle played for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
They traded for him last summer.
No, I didn't know either.
Yeah.
But, the Bruins are famous for liking a tribute video.
Yes.
They do enjoy a tribute video.
Yes.
Regardless of your contributions to the team, they do love a tribute video.
Well, Coyle technically was here for 7 years.
No.
Now,
I didn't necessarily mean for him, but I think it's safe to say that we've had this conversation over the last 20 years several times that they do pretty much, if you played for the Bruins for more than 6 months, you're getting some sort of tribute when you come back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you couple that. Was Swayman on the bench all night in his peacoat, or was he? Did he just come out because he knew they were gonna give him
upstairs.
some shine?
Yeah,
Ryan was saying, yeah,
he was upstairs.
Yeah, I had to imagine he wasn't on the bench, so they told him, they're like, shush, come down. Why? He was like, we're gonna play video, and then you and McAvoy are gonna hug. But it did honestly seem to move McAvoy. For whatever reason, that seemed to move him when the crowd stood up and cheered him. And that was very nice. And now that is over. And now it is time
It will
to
never
move
be
on.
spoken of again unless you're one of the guys still wearing your medals to a pregame press conference.
Let's talk about that. Matthew Tkachuk, pregame press conference, wearing the gold medal yesterday.
Well, his brother's got problems because the government put out some AI video of him saying stuff he didn't say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, so now everything's screwed up. So just real quick, like, you had these guys, you had them, like, they were like all into it, like they were going to the State of the Union and everything. They were like super into it, like they were wearing hats about you and stuff. And then you put out a video with AI, the guy saying something he didn't say.
Oh, you're saying Brady Tkachuk didn't actually? Hold on a second.
Yeah, this is. I just don't know who's running the PR account over there or the social media account. Like, you had all this stuff. Like, they all love you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. They booed our national anthem, so I had to come out and teach those maple syrup eating a lesson. Canada, we own you, lil bro.
And then it's like him like hitting them and stuff. What? Who put that out? In all seriousness, I don't know.
I think it was the White House account.
The White House TikTok, the official White House TikTok. Put that
Okay,
out.
so they did this to Theo Vaughn too. Like, you have him, like, he seems to be helping you.
You executed the prop perfectly.
Exactly.
During the State of the Union, when tens of millions of people are watching, you had the U.S. Olympic hockey team, standing there above you, showing their gold medals, 20 of them.
So now
perfectly executed.
And they asked Tkachuk about it, and he's pissed. I mean, as any single person would be, you'd be super pissed. If someone puts that,
because it's not my voice and not my lips moving, so I'm not in control of any of those accounts, and so I know that those words would never come out of my mouth, so I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, the White House puts out a video of something you didn't say that's pissing people off.
I would think it'd be really funny if Brady Tkachuk sued them for something.
Yeah,
I don't know what the terminology would be.
He'd get all his money.
No, but just for the look, I think it'd be very funny.
Well, I mean, it's
less
weird.
than a week after winning the gold.
I mean, it's super. I mean, are we going to pretend it's not weird? It's like
weird.
really weird.
Yeah.
Like, and then I guess the idea is you put it out. like millions of people see it, then the guy finds out about it, you take it down and message like it doesn't, because now you got your pop. I mean, TikTok videos are only popular for like 2 seconds.
But they're still sitting back, the people who made it going, oh, we did it. Yeah, we got them talking about it. Yeah.
It just seems odd to me. I guess the juice is worth the squeeze. Like it just seems like now you've alienated
right,
like a guy that was a real good soldier for you, like a real good guy for you, and now you took it like a step too far. I mean, would you like it? Would anyone out there like it if the White House or anybody, but especially anyone in the government, put out a video manipulating things into your words, into words you didn't say?
Nope.
I mean, of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't like that. It's crazy. You're not allowed to do that. It's really weird.
And you're doing it to, as you said, like a friend. You may not be, an actual friend of anyone's, but he was friendly to the cause, and he played along, and he did the photo ops and everything else.
Well, doing it to your enemies has proven to be very successful. So, yeah. But, yeah, the whole point is that's his friend.
Yeah.
Like, that's a guy that's, like, is supportive of him and, like, everything else, and did everything that you wanted him to do and, like, was happy to do it. And then you turn around and you take it, like, way too far, and now he's got to sit there and get pissed off. But he don't want to say how pissed off he is, I would assume. He doesn't sound too overly happy, and I don't think any of us would be happy.
And more than anything,
I don't think the person that put it up would be happy if they did it to the person.
And for the creators on this, it's over now. It's 4 or 5 days later, and that's over. It's over for everybody, including his brother, who wore the gold medal to the press conference. That is the equivalent of wearing your Boston Marathon jacket.
First thing I thought of.
Yeah, because you stayed in town for an extra few days to just bum around Boston. And, hey, dude, it's Wednesday, okay? And I understand that you ran the marathon 2 days ago, but now you're just going to Abe and Louie's, and you can take the jacket off.
I know. Monday to Wednesday is bad. The U.S. won the gold medal Sunday, and it's Thursday afternoon.
And you're putting out
that's enough.
Social media.
We know you won the gold. That's good. You don't need to wear it everywhere.
Boof
You're good.
videos. Stop it. All right. Well, back to the hockey game last night after Columbus grabbed the 1-0 lead about 4.5 minutes in. It would remain a 1-0 game for much of the first period until...
Penske will lob one out into neutral ice here. Aspero able to win a battle against Wood out neutral ice. Dumps it right back in. Arvidsson throws one at the net and it tips in. And the Bruins have tied it at 1.
Puck's on net. Just throw it up there, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That one went in. That was good. So it's 1-1 after the first period. Power play opportunity for the Bruins in the second.
Here's Geekie near circle off a feed from Pastrnak. Couldn't handle it. Now Pasta's got it now high slot. Back to Geekie. One-timer, and he scores! Power play goal. Morgan Geekie, and the Bruins had their first lead.
That was nice. That looked like an actual power play that was going on.
The real story of the game's at the other end. Korpisalo was fantastic.
Yeah, he was very good.
With a capital F, he was unbelievably good. He had 19 saves alone in the first period.
Yeah, they were terrible in the first period.
Bruins should have been down 2 or 3-1.
Yeah.
It was really something.
He had a nice save late in the third, too, as they were hanging on. It was 3-2, I believe, at this point.
Hands off out of the blue line. Severson. Baranko right in front. Save made. And a second one. Korpisalo took one away from Werenski and then blocks his centering pass as well.
Yeah, he might have been trying to bank it off of him from behind the goal line.
Arvidsson would score again with about 33 seconds left. 4-2, your final, as the Bruins beat the Blue Jackets.
A very hot Blue Jackets team that was, right there in the standings with them. So a very big 2 points for the Bruins last night.
Up 4 points on Washington, 6 on Columbus now for that last playoff spot. Bruins have won 10 straight at home. And Columbus, I think, going into last night, had won 7 in a row going into the break.
And by the way, the Bruins, for some strange reason, have 2 games in hand on Washington.
I saw that too. A full year of them playing 4 games more than everyone else, and now all of a sudden they're behind.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So 24 games left in the regular season, so they have a bit of padding, a little bit of padding. They're only a point behind Buffalo, and they're really in the – I mean, they're not out of the realm of possibility of them sneaking into the top 3 in the Atlantic. So there's – as screwed up as the the way that the NHL does the playoffs is, which is not good. There is an opportunity for maybe them to get out of one of the wild card spots. Ideally, you wouldn't want to play. You would play. It's so confusing, but you would play Tampa right now.
The bottom wild card plays the team with the best record in the conference.
Okay, regardless, and then it gets confusing because then they rearrange things, don't they?
Do they reseed?
I don't know the answer to that.
Because
I don't know.
Because there have been years where, like, in the first round, like Dallas will play Edmonton. Like there has been stuff like that. Well, none of us know. Suffice it to say that it gets weird. All I know is that there's something about the division, and you don't play in your division. There's something going on.
They play Tampa Bay and Carolina both have 80 points, so I don't know how the tiebreakers work there, but they would play one of those two teams. Okay.
And then so the wild card plays the top team in the division, and then the 2 and 3 seeds from each individual division play each other.
Yes, the wild card plays the top. The second wild card plays the team with the best record in the conference.
Yeah.
The top wild card plays the team with the second best record in the conference.
And then the 2 divisional opponents play each other.
Yes, the 2 and 3 seeds play each other, and I don't know if it stays bracket format or not. I'd have to look.
But you play your same division. Correct?
Yes. After the first round.
It's weird.
Yes.
Okay, because there's something with your division.
Yes.
For no reason. Something that happens with your division. It's a whole scene. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins won their 10th straight home game last night, 4-2 over Columbus at TD Garden in their first game out of their Olympic break. Jonas Korpisalo, the story of this one, 36 saves. He made 19 alone in the first period. He also had to miss about 6 minutes after he got run into in the second period and was pulled to be checked for a concussion. Bruins 4 points clear of Washington for their final playoff spot in the East. They play Philadelphia in Philadelphia tomorrow. Celtics had last night off. They're in Brooklyn tonight. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. And Garrett Crochet threw a pair of shutout innings in his spring debut. Red Sox beat Tampa Bay 7-5 in Fort Myers. Brian Bayo pitches against Chris Sale this afternoon as the Sox visit Venice, Florida to play Atlanta. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7 o'clock.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. At WellPoint, we're proud to once again partner with 98.5 The Sports Hub for the Hometown Heroes program, shining a light on the individuals who selflessly serve and support our communities across Massachusetts. These everyday heroes deserve to be recognized for the impact they make, both big and small. Help us celebrate them by nominating a Hometown Hero today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. If you've spent years working in construction, the wear and tear on your body can add up. And what many people don't realize is that those conditions may actually entitle you to compensation. At Catches Law, we've won more for construction workers than any other law firm in New England. We understand the work, we understand the injuries, and we know how to win. If your job is taking a toll on your body, it's time to find out your options. Visit catcheslaw.com for a free consultation today. There's no fee unless you win.
Customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort...
He's got the same questions.
Where is the story?
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy. If you think that only Will Campbell has been attacked for his arm length, you did not see the combine yesterday where Reuben Bain Jr., who some people think should be the number 2 pick in the draft, his 30 and 7/8 inch arms ranked the 4th shortest among edge rushers since 1999. His 77 and 3/8 inch wingspan isn't ideal either. Only 19 edge rushers in the database since 1999 have measured shorter, but that's nothing compared to Cassius Howell. The number 24th prospect in the class has even shorter arms than Bain at 30 and 1/4 inches, the shortest of any edge rusher since 1999.
Just to put it in perspective, Will Campbell's arm length, 32 and 5/8.
Okay.
So that's 2 inches, an inch and a half longer than these guys.
Yeah.
And he was criticized for having short arms.
He's a left tackle.
No, I understand, but my point is, it's the same kind of matchup. Your edge rusher against tackle, and Campbell has significantly longer arms than these guys.
Yes. A lot of people have Reuben Bain Jr. going at number 2. Arvell Reese, the guy who a lot of people have going number 2, ran a 4.46 in the 40 yesterday.
Why is he participating in drills?
Because he wants to participate as an outside linebacker and an edge rusher, because he wants to, I guess, get it that he's an edge rusher. He could be an edge rusher because it's hard to take an off-ball linebacker at 2. And so they believe teams will be more comfortable taking him if he also is identified as an edge rusher.
Okay. Every mock draft I've seen has him in the top 5 already.
No, he would be in the top 5. But to be
even
number 2
before any of this. So
right, but to be number 2, I mean, there's about 3 edge rushers that could be the number 2 pick, and I would imagine he wants to be the number 2 pick. Now, he's supposed to be the most freakish athlete out of all of them, but he didn't have a ton of production. But then people are saying that was the Matt Patricia defense. It was very complicated, and they were asking him to do a lot of things.
So you showcase your talents otherwise. You don't have the tape to back it up, but look what I can do.
And
if I can broad jump.
And if I can, he didn't broad jump, by the way. But if he can, but if you can show up at the combine and run a 4.46 40 at 230 pounds, I'd imagine you just go ahead and do it, because that's almost like a double Freedom Rockets, because the guy with the short arms didn't run, Reuben Bain Jr. So if you show up and you just go, screw it, I'll run right here, because then if you run a 4.46 there, he's going to run like a 4.3. He probably won't, but like a 4.4 flat at Ohio State. So he can do it anywhere.
I would think if you have short arms, I would be determined to run. To show, maybe I have short arms, but I can be really fast.
You need the longer arms to pump
momentum.
Yes.
It
does you a disservice. It's probably slow. Can't do it.
Well, I mean, I've never tested him.
What's your arm length?
I bet you I have a bigger wingspan than that jackass. Oh. I'm all arms. Someone come in here and measure my wingspan, please. Do we have a tape measure?
Where do you start measuring? Like from
no, it's finger to finger.
Oh, I thought you took arm length. You're talking about wingspan.
Tape measure in engineering. Ryan's going to go in.
Yeah, go get it, and then we'll see where I'm at.
Okay.
I bet you anything I'm about the same size as this son gun.
So you are. We've already measured you height wise. You are 6'2".
Yes.
Okay. Which is 74 inches.
Yes.
All right. So is your?
I had to think. Yes.
So ideally, is your?
I couldn't do it at all. So
ideally,
give me all day to think.
What's the ideal wingspan to height ratio? Should it be about as tall as you are?
Yes.
Okay. So
that's an average person.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Average person wingspan is the same as you standing.
I don't know if that's true. I say I don't know if that's true. Which is a very annoying way to argue.
Yes.
Just to say I don't know if that's
all right,
true.
Ryan's here. He's got the tape measure.
All right, Ryan. I don't
have
it.
You're
not going to be able to do it. It's gonna. You are too small to even do me.
You hold one end.
Okay,
you
so
just hold one end.
You hold one end.
1 to 1.
I'm not doing that.
1 to 1 is the benchmark. So you're hoping for at least a 74-inch wingspan.
This is saying 70.
Oh, short arms.
Like Will Campbell.
Oh, boy.
No. It's not to my tip of my fingers. See, you can't.
All right, I'll hold it.
That'll add the extra inch.
It could.
All right. So
Okay.
Hardy's got the.
Hang on, Hardy. Make sure. All right, we got it.
Watch out, Freddie.
What do you,
74.
so the same. You are as the wingspan is exactly the same as your height.
You're very average.
What was Ruben Baines Jr.'s wingspan?
I only know his arm length. I don't know his wingspan.
His wingspan was 77 and 3/8.
Oh.
Not so much bigger than mine.
Well, he's probably taller than you.
Yeah.
Right?
Doesn't matter.
He's 6'3".
Yeah.
I like how mine went up 4 inches. At first, it was 70.
We had problems measuring.
And then you teased me, and I said, no, I'm holding it. And then when Hardy measured it, all of a sudden, I gained 4 inches. That's a lot.
It's a peaks in the system. We're working those out.
I'm calling out the original measuring process. That I don't know how I put on 4 inches in 2 seconds.
Well, it's like going from the combine to the
Pro Day. Yeah.
Yeah, the measurements changed.
Will Campbell had his
drastically.
arm length increased by about a half an inch that way.
I don't take your measuring it as home field advantage, though, so I got to say that. Yeah, so...
All right, let's get to a very important story here. As of course, around here with the Celtics, the only thing that's really being discussed, apart from Jaylen Brown and his MVP candidacy, would be the return of Jason Tatum. What are they talking about in Atlanta?
Hawks will host Magic City Monday on March 16th against, of course, the Orlando Magic. The Hawks are calling it a special one-night collaboration to celebrate the city's iconic cultural institution. T.I. will perform at halftime, and State Farm Arena will sell Magic City's lemon pepper wings at multiple concession stands. This hoodie will also be available at the store and online beginning March 16th.
First of all, Atlanta Hawks could do anything, and it doesn't matter, which is shocking to me because you would think the NBA would be big in that city, given its black population and also the wealthy black population there. You would think that, like, it would become like a whole thing in the city. Like, it would, there's a bunch of rich entertainers in the city, and then there's rich basketball players. You'd think it would become like a cohesive thing, but it's not.
Okay, so the Falcons are still not much of a draw.
No, the Falcons are a big draw. It's just not like Georgia. So it goes like this. If Falcons get the most amount of people
for the NFL.
The Braves have an okay fan base, and the Hawks have nothing.
Wow.
Nobody cares about them. You could have anyone from Atlanta on right now. They'll say the same
Arena
thing.
is downtown?
It's downtown. It's right by where the
But getting
Falcons
to downtown
play.
Atlanta from unless you're already there is a bit of a nightmare getting in and out, yes?
I mean, it's not great traffic, but it's not. I mean, I think LA's worse. I mean, there's places that I don't think it's particularly good here. I've lived in both places, and I don't see a huge difference between the two. I'm trying to find the next Hawks home game. Okay, next Hawks home game is on Sunday at 6:00. Tickets $25. You can get to that game.
Wow. Yeah. That fans routinely don't show up until midway through the first quarter.
Get in price for the Knicks is $320, or if they get in at all. I mean, they used to give me court seats there. Like my dad and I used to go sit there so he could get annoyed. So I mean, they really don't care. I think I went to like 4 Hawks games when I was there.
But that is a new level of not caring, saying they can get away with anything. I mean, the uproar, justified or not, in a lot of cities, if you were going to showcase, a strip club at a major sporting event, people would have plenty to say about that.
This is almost like a negative for the strip club because the way that it's, first of all, no one cares. So second of all, Magic City has become such a, like, okay, so in the 90s, in like early 2000s, dudes would work in the studio and then they would come up with songs and then they would literally take them to the DJ at Magic City and have him like unveil these songs. So if you were in the record industry, there would be like record exec stuff, and like real business was being done there. It's like almost. I've never been to Magic City because I'm a white guy with no reason to go. But like,
you don't like lemon pepper wings?
Lou Will's lemon.
I like
pepper
wings, but I don't really want lemon pepper wings. But the thing is that now it's like I can't imagine it's any fun to go there anymore. It's small. it's like it just seems like it's almost like Motown now. Like it's like a historical landmark.
No.
So, I mean, I know why they're doing it. Is that, and that's, still got a very religious area that, that's still some backwards hicks down there. But A, no one cares about the Hawks, and B, Magic City's become just sort of this like cute little joke now. You want a strip club that's at least a little dirty,
I
agree. I think the Hawks did a Tinder night too, not too long ago, like swipe right night.
Oh, I don't like that. I just sit there waiting for someone to like me. Can you like me?
Yeah.
No one. What you doing? Where's that thumb going?
I like you, and I want you.
Thank you, Booty Bandit. Maybe I'll get on Grindr.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bayless. We'll see if Bert comes on. It's very interesting. We'll see. We are all waiting with bated breath. We'll be right back.
More touch.
Sure, A.J. Brown.
Don't want him.
No, I would
Do
guess.
not want him.
I
No.
don't think that's happening. I have to guess that's not happening. His contract, his age, his attitude. I think there's
A lot of red flags there. No.
A lot of things that I don't know if you take that contract on. I mean, you do have to pay some guys. That's a lot of money that he's owed.
Starting with Gonzalez. Yes.
All right. We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Bert Breer has come on. He has come on, and that you have to give him a lot of credit for. He is the senior NFL reporter and lead content strategist for the MMQB. Hello, Bert.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Hi, Albert.
How was who did you matriculate with? I guess matriculate's the wrong word. Who did you rub elbows with last night?
I mean, same as usual, like a bunch of different people. That's sort of the way it is every night here. So, yeah, it was a relatively normal night at the Combine.
Okay, very good. And the defensive, the edge rushers were the people yesterday?
Yesterday was the edge rushers, the linebackers. I think you guys saw what Stunning Styles, the linebacker from Ohio State, did. He's probably the one that stuck out. 6'5", 244, 43.5-inch vertical. But yeah, like the front seven players were yesterday. The DBs, I believe, go today, and the quarterbacks, receivers, running backs are tomorrow.
Okay, so what is there's a lot being said about the measurements, and there is this going on with Reuben Bain Jr., who some people have going as high as number 2, very short arms. Yeah. And then Cassius Howell, even shorter arms, historically short arms. Mm-hmm. How big a deal is that? We've seen this with Will Campbell. How big a deal is it for the edge rushers?
I mean, it's always a big deal at the top end of the draft, right? Like if these guys were going 20th, 25th, 30th overall, you probably look at it a little differently. And that's sort of the makeup of this year's class, Fred, is you have a lot of good edge rushers. You have a lot of good receivers. You don't have prototypes. And so what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean you don't have good players. It just means you don't have Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones, A.J. Green at receiver. You don't have Julius Peppers, Jadeveon Clowney, like those sorts of edge rushers. At the very top, you've got guys like David Bailey, who's, I think, 6'3", but he's not 6'5". You've got Arvell Reese, who's played off the ball for most of his time at Ohio State.
Can you tell us about Arvell Reese? You're a big Ohio State guy. I don't know if people know that,
yeah.
but Bert likes Ohio State. Okay, so it's funny because I've seen people say Arvell Reese, who could go number 2, and that he's the best player in the draft. And then I've seen people that say Arvell Reese is a too big a leap at 2, and that Reuben Bain Jr. You got to go with production, and Arvell Reese is a project. What is your read as someone who would probably know better than anyone?
I think you have to project Arvell Reese into a role that he didn't play in college is the problem, right? Like it doesn't mean he can't get there, but I think the issue with Arvell Reese is sort of the same issue you had with Micah Parsons when he was coming out. I mean, Parsons, as freakish as he is athletically, went 11th overall, I believe it was 11th or 12th overall. And the reason why is because, he's not built like Micah Parsons wasn't built like, a Julius Peppers coming out. So he doesn't fit into the historic mold of what you'd have at that position. And with Arvell Reese, he's closer from a measurement standpoint, but it's still not perfect. He's 240 pounds, not 260 or 70 pounds. And so you're projecting him. Can he put on weight? Do you have to play him off the line on early downs, or can he be an every down player on the line? Like those are the sorts of things, like generally when you're using a pick that high, you'd want a quarterback, a left tackle, a corner, an edge rusher who fits the specific mold that's like typically succeeded at the position. And so like Arvell Reese is one of these guys where, you got to figure out what to do with him, which again, like that's what Micah Parsons was. And Micah Parsons wound up being an incredible pro. That's sort of what you're looking at with Arvell Reese.
Well, I mean, you could have had, why take Micah Parsons when you could have Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, Well, there's some good players too. Justin Field. All really just quarterbacks. The non-quarterbacks taken very good in that draft. You have Jamar Chase. You have Penei Sewell, Horn, Surtain, Devontae Smith. Waddle. So they did pretty good. Rashawn Slater was the pick after. You had some good players in there. So it's hard to look. No one really made a mistake except for the Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. Well, I wouldn't have taken Kyle Pitts either. And Justin Fields there as well. All right. So how big a deal is this combine overall in terms of performances? Is because you said there's no prototypes and there's only one quarterback, how much ground can be gained based on combine performance alone?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really big deal, Fred, because that's just it. Is there's no real chalk in the top 5. So, like I mentioned, Sonny Styles. Now the question is going to be how comfortable you are taking a off the ball linebacker that high. But for him, because there isn't, again, that the left tackle, the edge rusher, the corner, the guy at a premium position who fits every measurable. There's gray area on who's going to go inside the top 5. So for guys at the non-premium positions, and that could be Jeremiah Love at running back, it could be Caleb Downs at safety, it could be Sonny Styles as an off-the-ball linebacker. There's an opportunity to go in front of guys at the premium position because the prototype isn't there. And so I think that's sort of the makeup of the class. Is there's the opportunity there for guys within the top 10 to move up, and that's why I think some of these guys decided to work out. Where you normally have no guys in the top 10 working out. Some of these guys have decided to work out because there is the opportunity to move around within the top 10.
Bert, how are other teams looking? How are NFL teams approaching the combine right now? I was reading that some guys aren't even there. Some teams' head coaches aren't even there.
Aaron Glenn
I was just getting to that. Aaron Glenn fell asleep in the middle of it yesterday. It just seems like NFL teams are approaching things differently.
I think it's been happening for a while, John. Where the Rams haven't come here for a while, and the Niners pulled way back. And so, you've sort of seen this, and as, guys from those places have spread across the league, that idea has kind of spread across the league. I also think there's some element of what happened during COVID and people learning that we can do things remotely, becoming more comfortable with not coming to this event. Now, I still think there's really good value in sitting down and interviewing guys. And then, there's a social element, of course, of this week. And there's all the stuff that you want to do to set yourself up for free agency and trades in a couple of weeks. But there's certainly a lot of teams that look at it now. And, even I'd say Jacksonville's an interesting one where they don't want their evaluations changed by a 15-minute sit down that they have with a player here. So there's more than one way to look at this and more than one way to look at the value of being here. And, I think COVID was sort of an element that accelerated the idea that teams don't have to be here.
For position-wise, Bert, who can do themselves the most good at the combine, do you think?
You mean in just a position in general?
Yes.
Or
and probably I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's not quarterbacks because you've certainly got enough on them, and I don't think you're going to change anybody's mind at that point. Is it defensive players that tend to get more pop out of what they do at the combine, or is it offensive linemen? Who do you think?
I mean, I'd say edge rusher maybe because it is a position that's a little bit more reliant in a guy's physical ability. And so if you see a guy who's a freakish athlete, what he runs in the 40, if he runs 4.4 versus 4.6, or he has a freakish start in the 40, can actually make a difference. I think a guy who's a good example of really having helped himself at the combine and then it translating onto the field right away would be Nicky Minwari last year, where he showed up here, and I don't know how many teams looked at him as like, yeah, this is going to be a truly great player. And some teams, even came out of the combine looking at like the height, weight, speed thing with him. And we're like, he ran in the 4.3s here. He's, I believe, 6'3", about, he's close to 220. And, I think some teams even then were skeptical, like, is that really going to make a difference in the field? And then he wound up being a really, really good player as a rookie and an integral player for the Seahawks, So I think there are positions where it makes more of a difference than others. And like the edge rusher thing sticks out, but there are other spots like safety where we've seen it.
All right, Bert, let's take a break, and we will be back with more Bert Breer from Indianapolis at the Combine.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're not going to be there for agency, but you have to try to draft them. I think that's where a lot of them are, and you develop them. Some of them develop, and guys that transition in that position from year 1 to year 2 can be pretty special.
We are Toucher and Hardy. Bert Breer is out in Indianapolis. He got up early. We're going to let him go after this break to give him a break. He was nice enough to come on early in the morning. He can go back to bed. He's got a long day ahead of him. Who were all the GMs and everything out last night?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, like you kind of go to different places, Fred. And so like that's why, I said to you earlier, like when you ask like who's out and everything else, it's a whole lot of everybody,
Is it like looking for where the girls are? Are you like, is it similar to that? Are you going to different places looking for dudes?
I would tell you, oh, you mean like for me, is it like that way? Like,
it just sounds similar to like when you're single and like younger and you go to different places until you find like the gaggle of girls. Like, it's a little different for me now, right? Like, because I've been doing this for 22 years. I would say when I was younger, it was probably more like that. Just because, and I've said this to journalism classes, it's like not unlike being in a bar and going up to a girl when you're 25, and that there's you have to approach people who might be suspicious of you and feel like you've got certain motives to talk to them. And then you got to build their trust, and you've got to turn that conversation into more conversations, right? Like, so, when I was younger and I didn't know as many people, it'd be, all right, like, how do I have a conversation with somebody in a bar? And maybe that conversation lasts a half hour, 45 minutes, wind up getting that person's phone number and turn that into more conversations, which obviously become a relationship. So that's sort of the idea of all of it. So there is some similarities in that way when you're younger. I think you get a little bit older and now it becomes, all right, like I've got the relationships and I see these people out. And it's more kind of like you're seeing old friends than trying to build new relationships that way. Okay, so if these guys are going out, they must like want you to talk to them. Like they must want somebody to talk to them.
That's the goal. Like for that's the whole goal of it, right? Like is that you do, and you want to be able to offer them something. You know what I mean? Like, and it's, we don't need to turn this into a whole journalism lesson, but like people aren't going to tell you stuff unless you have stuff to give them back. You know what I mean? And then you build a relationship with them and then they'll help you out because you've done right by them and you've had a good relationship over the years. But
what can you do for them? Like, what do they want from you?
Information.
I mean, I've
right?
got information and I can, I'm able to trade information with them,
Yeah. But I think Fred's point too is that it's like the car buying adage. People don't walk on the lot unless they want to buy. So, all these guys who go out and they attend these things, it's like, oh, I don't really want to talk about that. Well, then why are you here?
Well, and the way they're dressed.
They're talking with each other too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they don't have to do it in a bar, right? Like they could do it anywhere.
Right. I mean, but it's like it's the same concept as like any business. I think. Like I think you would see sort of dynamic at like a I don't know, trade show or
no,
whatever.
I know, but yeah, of course, and because exactly what they're doing, they're networking. But the thing that's interesting about it is that these coaches act like they're guarding and GMs act like they're guarding state secrets, but you when you combine it to like looking for women, it's like they don't have they have enough money and access where they could meet in the woods and go in front of a big bonfire like Bill Gates used to do. They can do whatever they want, but they choose to go. Indianapolis, small town. They choose to go to these places sort of to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more. Well, yes, like there's a reality to it, like that. I think for a lot of the guys, and that's why, like, I'd say as this has become a higher profile event. You probably have a little bit more of that where guys are a little bit more careful about being seen out or being at certain places that have become more well known for NFL people going there, so and because it used to be, I would say like 15 years ago, you probably used to see more high profile people out. For obvious reasons, I think you see less of that now, and it's
Sanchez. Right.
It's the event. It's the event being publicized a little bit more. It's camera phones. It's all of that different stuff, which is a shame, and that part of it sucks a little bit. But I think as much as anything else, like you said, like there's a networking component of it that's really important, and going and seeing people and talking to people, over the course of 3, 4, 5 nights, however long you're here, can be really helpful to everybody involved.
Okay, so yesterday this has been a whole drama with the NFL. The team report cards have come out every year, and the NFL owners got together and they said these are far too mean. This is like a lot like Mean Girls with that Legion of Skanks thing that they had, and that big book that they had, and so they're saying I don't like this. The Mean Girls are getting away with everything.
Thou shalt not publish the results.
And they go, you can't publish the results.
And then,
but we're still going to do it. So obviously, here are the results. And isn't it kind of funny that the owners tried to block this, and here they're just such dorks. Like they're kind of at the end of the day like nerds.
Well, and that's the thing is these things actually did make a difference. You know what I mean? Like the desired result of that whole thing was let's force the owners to make some changes, and let's force the owners who are doing poorly in certain areas to have to pay a price for treating their players this way. And I don't know what they thought was going to happen. I don't know. If they knew that one way or the other, the NFLPA was going to do these report cards, and whether the NFLPA put it up in their own website or not, if this was going to be distributed to 2,000 players, what exactly did they think was going to happen? Did they think every one of those 2,000 players was going to keep these results under wraps? Did they think all their agents were going to keep these results under wraps? It just seems like that was a lot of work by them to try to show the NFLPA and the players who's boss to, I think actually wind up looking worse because the results get out anyway, and you look super sensitive and, like you said, Fred, kind of dorky by forcing them or by putting down that edict that they put down that
they're all fake anyway.
Put it up on their website.
It's not even real. By the way, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan and the stadium's gone, you got to be devastated that the team the players gave the home field an F. That's got to be heartbreaking. Now that you're being priced out of the new stadium, I'll tell you this, and this is just sort of a random thing, that I'm amazed at how many teams' players hate their field. It doesn't matter if it's grass. It doesn't matter if if the fans are good. It's just they all hate the home field.
Didn't the Steelers get an F-? Isn't that right?
Let me see here. I know they finished last in the whole thing
overall. Yeah,
and that, it's interesting because there is the turf versus grass thing, and I think almost every player
F- for the home field.
Oh, gosh.
Almost every play, which that does seem kind of
it's mean almost.
That you can give somebody an F- is
I know it's ridiculous.
A little over the top. But the Steelers, it's a grass field, but they play, high school games on that field, and then Pitt plays their home games there too. So, I think for a long time there's been a feeling that the Steelers do too much, in their stadium, and that winds up leading to the wear and tear of the field. So, I think there's a general feeling across the league, among players that there isn't enough put into making sure that they have the best playing surface to work on. And I think a lot of those guys, a lot of them feel like the practice fields that they work on during the week are actually better than the game fields. And so I think that those specific grades are probably a result of that.
And I will tell you this, is the owners have done something right because they're short of a few teams, a lot of A's and B's going around for the owners. So this list has done something. Even though the Rooney's got a D-, which is also, are the Rooney's not good to the players?
Which is crazy because I don't. Well, how often are these guys really seeing their owners?
Right.
That's another moving target. the Steelers, the Rooneys, it's like and we've been through this before, right, Fred? Like with the Rooneys, the Maras, those families don't have 15 other businesses. You go into the office in those places if you're a player, and you see the owner every day. Whereas, with some other teams, you might see the owner once a week, and other teams still you might see the owner once a month. So I like some of these grades, it's just, okay, what are you actually grading? Is it the same thing from team to team? And I think like the ownership grade is probably one that varies wildly from team to team because some owners are there every day of the week. Other owners are there, once or twice a month.
Yeah, it does seem odd that the Rooneys would get that. But I'll tell you this. If you look at the Patriots, if anyone's interested, the good things are the ones you want. Good. Kraft has gone from a very bad grade to a B-, so good on him. The general manager B+, head coach A. Those are all very important. The things they didn't do well on, home field D. But let's be honest, that's not the greatest place on the planet. Travel F, which I think we all knew. That's not they don't have the world's greatest travel. Food and dining D+, which seems like an easy fix.
Well, there's a new facility going up this spring. And by the way, that's this survey directly linked to that, correct, Bert?
Yes, that is why they did.
I think that's and the Crafts did have plans and looked at the idea of building a new facility before the NFLPA report cards started. But it's really easy to look at some of these teams and say doing poorly maybe had an impact on pushing the idea of a new practice facility over the goal line. Like the Cardinals were another team that did poorly on these over the course of the last few years, and they've got a brand new facility going up. I think they broke ground on that, the last week or two. The Texans, if you look, they have a new facility going up as part of like this big entertainment complex. And so, I think what the NFLPA would tell you, whether it's right or wrong, is that putting pressure on the owners this way has not only forced some changes as far as the way the teams do it day to day, but in some cases led to these teams building 9-figure practice facilities, which is, again, like you look at that and it's like it's pretty hard to deny the impact that they've had.
When it comes to the travel and the poor grade for the Patriots getting the F, is it just like the condition and the age of the planes? Because number one, they didn't have to travel all that much last year, and when they do overseas trips, I think they take different planes anyway. So what is it with this
ashtrays on the planes? If you recall from last year,
no, there's not. You don't even know.
No, the best was that I saw a guy.
Idiot.
So someone showed me that a guy on Twitter said, "What's the big deal?" He was like a big loudmouth on Twitter, and he goes, "What's the big deal? Every plane's got ashtrays,
right?"
And then I went, "Well, nothing you say ever means anything. Like, I mean, you haven't been on an airplane in 30 years, right? Well, who are you to cast judgment upon people?"
Yeah. So, or maybe the better question.
Probably, I'm putting it together. It's Adam.
It was me.
Yeah,
Adam's is the hater online.
Yes. It's on my burner.
Maybe the better question is, Bert, what are other teams doing that these guys are hearing about or have experienced that is so vastly different than what the Patriots do when it comes to travel?
I mean, like the things that go into play here, Hardy, are like the condition of the planes is, obviously one of them because that's going to be a big part of how you travel. But, it can be what hotels are you staying in? Is the hotel that you're staying in off in the middle of in the middle of nowhere? Is it in the city? If it's in the city, obviously that's more conducive to maybe having friends and family around on a game weekend. It can be, the food set up over the course of the couple days that you are on the road. There are a bunch of different things that go into that. I mean, like I'd even say like the location of the airport, and the Patriots are probably hurt by the fact that they're in Foxborough, and that they're further from the airport and they're going to Providence. They're further from the airport than some other teams are. And so there's a little bit more that goes into your travel if you play for the Patriots than, I don't know, say if you play for the Eagles, right? Like where the Eagles, it's like a 5-minute ride from their practice facility to the Philadelphia airport. So there are a bunch of different things that can play into that. And I think a lot of it comes down to comfort and then the amount of time that's consumed to go about traveling to another city.
All right. There you go. Well, Bert, thank you for joining us. I know that you had a late evening and you got through. I
made it, right? I made it. Would you guys maybe a B- this week, and we'll look to get better next week?
I thought you were fine.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were fine. I mean, you sounded a little shaky at first, but you got through. You powered through. And
my voice is a little hoarse. We have a term for this, combine voice, where over the course of the week it gets tougher and tougher. I think you guys got me to the point where I sound hoarse and my voice isn't gone all together. So that's a win.
It's improved as we've gone on.
We want to let you go early, but we wanted to keep you up just long enough to where now you can't go back to sleep. That was our goal.
I think Bert
I'm going to try, and I'll update you guys. I think I'll be in studio next week, so I'll try and update you guys on how that goes next week.
Yeah, but let's just you're the only guest we have on all year for an hour. Let's just assume you're going to be on at 7. You're getting pretty crazy with the moving times thing. So let's just pretend. Let's just plan on you at 7.
I do assume it. Sometimes, well, I think it was fair when I was on the West Coast to ask.
No, that was fair. That was definitely fair. But then you tried it in Vermont, and then you tried it yesterday.
Yeah, but you're still East Coast.
A little bit.
That is true. I did try it in Vermont.
No, West Coast. We're not.
I think in Vermont I was fine. Right in Vermont.
No, you were fine. You just didn't want to. I'm not talking about your actual appearance. I'm talking about the trying to wiggle out of it or reschedule it. Like you're on at 7 to 8.
No, I don't think I tried to reschedule last week.
Adam,
7 worked last week. I tried to move the day last week. That's what I tried to do.
Oh yes,
I tried to move the day.
Well, that counts as a time.
It wound up being fine.
That's
We
even
were
worse.
good.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Bert. Go back to sleep. Get some sleep.
All right,
Good long day. There you go. Bert Breer from MMQB. Hardy was itching to play that the entire time.
He had his hand hovering for 40 minutes.
Look, he came on. He was a little wobbly at first, but he got through.
Oh, we looked at each other like, oh, this is not going to go well.
But I was not going to. Look, he agreed to come on. I was not going to kick a guy when he's down, and he worked his way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It just he sounded bad in the beginning, and then he was fine.
A lot of respect. A lot of respect for Bert.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been a very, very late night if you sound shaky.
When did you get the text, Adam?
3:40 or 50 something this morning.
Yeah.
That's late.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, good on him. Good on him.
There's no need for that.
Well, the bars in Indy close at like 1:30 or 2. So that was an after party situation.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't
dirt
presumably everyone he's there and hang out with. Don't they all have stuff to do this morning?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, you're right back at it. The combine stuff doesn't start at 2.
But it's like people that go to real jobs when you have the conventions and stuff. Like he said, if you have friends that are in sales that go to or sell things, and they go to these conventions. I mean, I'm sure you guys all have friends that have to do it all the time. There is, even when you're younger, it's like something that you're excited about. When you're older, it's something that you're not as excited about. There is this expectation that you will go out. And if you're with a client and it happens here. And if you're with a client and that client wants to go out and they want to stay out and they want you to take them, like you're going, if you're selling screwdrivers, for you.
Ooh.
And you have someone who wants to buy $2 million worth of screwdrivers, but they want to go to Crazy Horse and they want to go and they want to stay or Peppermint Rhino and they want to stay, or Spearmint Rhino. Spearmint Rhino and they want to stay. I wouldn't know. I've only been once. Spearmint Rhino for a long time, but once. Everyone fell asleep or left that I was with. I really was a marathon sesh. But, if you want to go, I mean, I've heard from, not here, but, I have a friend who, sells, they import stuff from India and then they sell it. And she's I had to go to, strip clubs with guys because the guy's like, oh, we're in Atlanta at a convention, or at a sales, whatever they use the Atlanta Convention Center for. And, you know what, well, I want to go to, I've heard of the Gold Club, which isn't around, but I've heard Cheetah, which isn't around. I've heard of Pink Pony, which isn't around.
Oh.
Sad.
But yet Magic City gets a night for the Hawks.
Yep.
Affirmative action.
That's what it is?
Interesting.
How come all the white clubs are gone? And Magic City's thriving? Huh? Magic City is
subsidies.
That's right. No, Magic City is actually, it's a little bit like the Motown of Atlanta, and I'm not kidding. It's
kind of a trope at this point. And it's just,
It's definitely a trope. But the thing is in the late 90s, early 2000s, now I never went there. That wasn't what I would do. But, like, there's a ton of producers down there, and they would, like, artists would make songs like the Yin Yang Twins and stuff. And then they would go in to Magic City, and they would give the DJ the song, and they wanted to hear how it sounded over the speakers. So Magic City was actually a place where big hit songs were played for the very first time. And it was a collection. Like, people would go there after they were done recording and after they had played and after they had gone out to clubs and stuff. That was kind of the meeting space. So Atlanta overall, not just in that community, but overall had a very different sort of strip club vibe. It was very, there were a lot more girls that weren't dancers there. It was kind of more of a acceptable thing to do. It wasn't like, ooh, we're going to a strip club tonight. It was like, oh yeah, hey, everyone's meeting at the strip club. And they were open really late. And they were going off really late. Go to some bars at 2:30 in the morning. Not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a strip club, at least something's going on. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub. Fred describes himself in 7 words.
A guy in tights and a cape.
And Hardy with blunt honesty.
I am not known as Mr. Fun.
Toucher and Hardy continues on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. I have 128 plumbing coming out today. My son, I saw water coming through a light fixture in my room, dripping down. There had been water on my floor, and I couldn't figure out how it got there in my bedroom. And then when I saw it dripping, I went upstairs, and I saw that he had been in the shower, and there was standing water even above where the shower goes up to.
Tried to do a bubble bath in here.
And he said that the shower drain was clogged. And but that didn't stop him from taking long ass showers, and then the water was splashing out of the tub and getting in between the tub and the floor and
So
then
he's
dripping
just
down.
standing in ankle deep water in the shower.
It's got to be higher than that.
Well, no, because it's not a bathtub. It's like a
okay.
shower stall, so
Okay.
it's probably like an inch and a half, and so I have to have them come in. But Hardy gave me the guy's information because they've done work for him, and I said, "Oh, they're coming today at 10:30." He goes, "Oh, that gives you time to stop by Dunkin' and get him some coffee and munchkins."
But no, not munchkins. These are men coming to your home. The men of 128, okay? You get them an assorted dozen, and if there's a couple of bon vivants on the crew, maybe some croissant, but a 4-pack of muffins would also be nice.
When they come over, do you get autographs too, or do you leave them alone for
I'm
that?
being serious. Like, if you have the plumber coming over, or people coming over to do work, do you get like snacks for them?
Sometimes, if there are going to be people at my house, I know there's a project going on, I will absolutely have snacks and drinks. But I've often, I have
Even
at
first
times,
date.
I have at times actually offered and made breakfast for them, like a breakfast sandwich. And this one guy kept swearing he didn't want any. I made it for him anyway and wrapped it up in a little foil. I said, just take it with you. A little,
It was really nice of you.
a little, egg and cheese on an English muffin sandwich.
Yeah. When someone is desperate, a stranger is desperate to get you to eat something, you know that it's probably not poisoned. It's probably a good chance that the more they insist that you eat, the more you should cave in.
The coffee probably won't be necessary because these guys almost always show up with their own coffee. And a coffee is a very specific thing. You want what you want. But who's going to turn down a donut? You come home with a dozen assorted donuts?
See, I don't think this is a very long project. I think they're basically snaking a drain, and then if they can...
Oh, I had no idea you were the frickin' expert. Why don't you just go do it then and let those guys stay home?
If it was my shower, I would do the drain myself. I've done it before, but it's his drain, and I don't want to touch what's in there.
Now, what do you clean it with when you're doing your own shower?
Fingers. Fingers, or
well,
I'll
you do
take
have
a wire
that 74-inch
coat hanger.
that 74-inch wingspan. You can really get down in there.
And I got and I'll use a wire hanger. Like I'll undo a wire hanger and jam it in there and pull stuff out.
Be careful.
I successfully did that, and I had to unscrew the thing over the drain. I mean, I did a whole project. I had to get tools and everything, and I did it. And I manufactured a tool with a coat hanger. So I successfully did that, and now it works like a charm.
You MacGrubered that son bitch.
Yeah, but up there, I don't want to put my hand in there, and I don't. And Lord knows how messed up it is. And there's water coming through the light fixture, so I don't want to. I don't want to mess around with it. I don't want to take a chance because I know with me, if the shower starts to flood, I'll go, oh no, maybe I should turn the water off and figure things out instead of just going dee 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 and splashing around. So I can't. I don't know that he won't do that again. Despite the conversation, I don't have any certainty that he'll do that. So I have to be professionals to come in and make extra sure that that water will go down that drain lickety split. If they can even improve it somehow, some kind of vacuum system.
I know it's bad, but look how clean my feet are.
That's right. That's right.
I have to do our shower over the weekend. Then it's not It's not bad yet, but it's getting to the point, and I have this little tool. It's like like a telescoping plastic rod, and it's got this little crank on the end of it, so it spins something down at the bottom.
That's like a
Bought
snake.
3 of those at Home Depot.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I have.
They
My
are.
old house, I had those.
Yeah, they're fun.
Because I never have to snake a toilet. I'm clean.
I've never snaked a toilet either. You've never had to use a plunger on a toilet?
Not because of me.
Oh yeah, I've had to do it for other people.
But I'll tell you, there's toilets that had to be snaked. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of that was kids like flushing stuff down the toilet.
Yeah,
that wasn't feces.
Yeah, I don't think it's because the boy's eating a lot of cheese. I think it's just there's like too much toilet paper going in there. Then you start having the toilet paper. How much toilet paper are you using? Show me. Let's do a practical application here. Pretend you're sitting down and just take the paper out. Stop. That right there. That's enough.
See, when I'm with people, I'll go, how much toilet paper you use? And I'll go, you'll have to show me. And then they use it, and I'll go, stop. Hand that over. Stop. That doesn't go down there. You'll clog it.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me. No, hand it to me. Don't throw it. Hand it. Thank you.
This goes in my memory box.
Use as much as you want. As long as it's handed to me. Thank you.
So what time are they going to be there?
They said they'd call me, but I said I get back from work around 10:30, and they said, we'll see you around 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all right.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I said, it's a little tricky to find me, and it's a little icy. I mean, it's thick ice. I don't want anyone falling. Now, I walk on it every day, and it's not bothering me. But I just want people
Do you have
to
any
know.
ice melt?
No.
Why don't you get some?
I'm afraid of the dog's paws.
You get the safe paws stuff.
Yeah, but then now we're talking about a whole shipping it and getting it to me situation.
You don't have a PetSmart somewhere in Newton?
If you think I can walk into the PetSmart in Newton and get that stuff right now, you're out of your mind. That stuff's flying off the shelves. It's like bread and milk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look it up, that's to order it. And then that would be an ordering situation.
Hey, we'll find out, won't we? I'll just sit here and take your word for stuff from now on.
He's on it. He's on it. He's going to have an answer for you, lickety split.
You can check the stock of the Needham Street PetSmart. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to purchase in store.
Yeah, and if they're out of it, there's one right out by me, Fred, right on that Golden Road.
It's worth it too.
Yeah.
I'll go out there and I'll go out to Natick to go get that for you. No problem. No problem. Because Lord knows the two people
Stop by that
a week.
Neiman Marcus that you swear is still in existence.
That was
You're wrong. You're wrong about
There's
that.
a Chipotle right across the parking lot from there.
There's Chipotle's a lot of places.
Yeah.
All right, that's not really a localized thing. All right, we'll be back. There's two in Newton, as a matter of fact. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines. No, they'll be coming up, though, in a certain amount of time.
Celtics are past the revolution. This is Boston's home for sports. WBC FM at HD Boston. 98.5 The Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station. Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins won their 10th straight home game last night, 4-2 over Columbus at TD Garden in their first game out of the Olympic break. Jonas Korpisalo is the story of this one. He made 19 saves in the first period to keep his team in the game and 36 in all for the evening. Sean Corrali had a goal late, but was happy his goalie kept the game within reach early.
We weren't happy with our first 20. Came in here and kind of tried to refocus. Maybe we didn't have our best maybe fully tonight, but we found a way. A lot of guys blocking a lot of shots, I think, was indicative of us knowing what this game meant.
Bruins are 4 points ahead of Washington for the final playoff spot in the East with 2 games in hand. They're in Philadelphia tomorrow. Celtics had last night off. They're back at it tonight in Brooklyn. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Turning to the Red Sox, Garrett Crochet, 2 shutout innings in his spring debut. Aroldis Chapman struck out the side in his first outing of the spring. Red Sox beat Tampa Bay 7-5 in Fort Myers. Brian Bayo faces Chris Sale this afternoon as the Red Sox travel to Venice, Florida to play Atlanta. And Patriots senior defensive assistant Ben McAdoo will reportedly not return to the team next season. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the $14.99 Big Deal Meals at the 99, like the juicy chopped sirloin. All Big Deal Meals are now available all day, every day for just $14.99. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Deep three, violent two-hand slam. Wow.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
And now, back to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Beautiful, my love. Oh, tell me something beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. My love, my love. Sing me a love song with verse and rhyme. The magic, so like holding you. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Just keeps growing and growing and expanding. It's like a flower opening in the spring. But
it keeps grooving, but it keeps building. It's got a bit of a Marvin Gaye, let's get it on.
Yeah, with fat
layering
chicks.
of the vocals.
Well, let's get it on with fat chicks.
Even if they're fat.
That's right. Al Cole doesn't care. He says his favorite part of a woman is the mind. He did say that. That's not something from a comedy. That was said. What do you like in a woman? What? Yeah, you tell me.
Brains.
Yeah, that was said. And I said, what if she's really fat? And he goes,
well, maybe.
Yeah, he goes, even if they're
Even
fat.
if they're fat.
And he doesn't care.
Mm-hmm. The penis can do it, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah. So that was when he was talking about taking multiple lovers, I believe, at once.
The penis is guided by the mind.
All right, so that is our good friend Al Cole. Al Cole used to do nights at WZLX. He used to be the overnight DJ back when radio stations cared, and he was the overnight DJ. And I want to go back in time and be more present because I don't recall him being there. We had to have crossed paths because apparently it was a whole vibe upstairs. Now, not seeing the studio, I don't know if I ever saw the WZLX studios when I worked in that building. But I guess it was like a whole vibe, very low light. But that's not that odd. A lot of weirdos do that. But not that Al Cole's weird. But apparently in the kitchen, which was on the level of our studio.
The main kitchen for the building, yeah.
The main kitchen, he would put on quite a feast.
Oh, yeah.
The 4 fishes or 7 fish, he would do the whole thing.
It made Mingle's leftover plate from dinner the night before look like straight up gruel. I mean, Al Cole would come down, and it was a culinary master
Coming with
class.
ingredients and spices. Like,
yeah. But like Mingle's was like, his wife would make dinner, and then she would just be like, I guess I'm wrapping this up. Someone got into the Kiss DVDs.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'll be up tomorrow. Unmasked is on. All right. So what do we have from Al Cole today? He's made a transition. You can hear his music in more places now.
Yes, this is kind of a full circle moment because when we first discovered, well, I should say when you first rediscovered Al Cole on the show, it was the music that we just played to bring in this segment. And then, of course, we found that he was uploading a lot of his philosophies onto YouTube, and we've had him on the show to talk about those. But when I reached out to him for your birthday last month, Fred, he was nice enough to read some of your old blog posts very theatrically. And he wanted me very much to let everybody know, you and the audience know, that he is now on Spotify, that Al Cole is producing new music. He is sharing it on Spotify. Ryan had a little bit of downtime a couple of mornings ago, so I said, why don't you pull up the old Al Cole Spotify and see what's cooking? There's music on there, but this piece that we want to start with is Al Cole's music with Al Cole telling his own story over his own music for 7 minutes. So
why does it only say 2 minutes in here?
Because we've gone ahead and given you about 2 minute segments that you. Can
Ryan, just play the 7 minutes,
Yes.
and I'm going to go to the bathroom.
So this is a good starting point to reintroduce people to Al Cole and his music now available on Spotify.
Okay, so Al Cole, if you couldn't get from our earlier conversation, the ladies tend to like him. He looks like Johnny Mathis a little bit.
They're fat.
But the thing is that women like him, but it's great for him because he doesn't care what they look like. He has said,
Oh, give it to me or something, or F me.
yeah, like huge fat ones. He doesn't care. Like you could be super ugly, like missing stuff, and he'll still probably do you. So reach out to Al Cole because he's a handsome guy, but he's willing
striking blue eyes. He has.
He really does, and I'm sure they're his. But what I would say is that.
It's not a contact situation at all.
Well, if not, he's very unique. But anyway, so it seems like Al Cole is up for anything, is what I'm trying to say, with the ladies.
Maybe.
That's right. All right, so here is Al Cole, the seduction master, his new music that has been uploaded to Spotify, which I don't do because Adam said not to have Spotify, so I have Apple Music. So here we go. Oh, yeah. This is for the younger ladies. This is for the younger women.
This is like the club crowd.
Yeah, this is Studio 50 Al. This studio is on my face. During COVID, he'd be like, you want to go to Studio Al? And they go, okay. And he go, let me open the door, and he'd take his mask off. All right, here we go.
Hey, it's Al Cole from CBS Radio, and if you're listening to me right now, I want to thank you.
Okay, you got to remember, CBS Radio has not existed for many
It's like
years.
2017, I think, is when they transitioned out. Yeah.
It hasn't been around for a while.
Look, if you're president, you're still president, okay?
Yeah.
President Bush, President Clinton, we still refer to them as such. He is still Al Cole from CBS Radio.
CBS Radio, and if you're listening to me right now, I want to thank you. And I want you to know a little bit more about me. For instance, many people know about my broadcasting accomplishments. Most of those people call themselves alcoholics.
So his fans are known as alcoholics. They've been following his career very closely. They know all about his accomplishments. Now, those are available to anyone who has been to the Smithsonian. You have seen the Al Cole exhibit.
You see the Spirit of St. Louis hanging up there.
And the Spirit of Seduction next to him. And then there's the Fonzie jacket.
Hey, they say, hey, Al, we love what you're doing there, brother. In fact, we're hooked on it. We're alcoholics. I love it. And we don't have to be anonymous about it either. Some people know about my People of Distinction Humanitarian Awards events because they've been one of thousands of people across the country and the world who have attended.
Now, those are held in his bed. Yeah, baby. You're a humanitarian for using it that way. All your borders are open. Hello. Al. Now, he has his own humanitarian award?
Yes, the People of Distinction Awards. He's done over the years. I don't know if that's anything you explored on the show before.
No, but I would like to be invited to the People of Distinction Awards. Do you know where they're being held?
I can find out.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
And we don't have to be anonymous about it either. Some people know about my People of Distinction Humanitarian Awards events because they've been one of thousands of people across the country and the world who have attended. I've honored over 100 unsung heroes in our world, everyday people doing extraordinary things for others.
With their vaginas. By letting me use them. Hello.
Hundreds.
Well, it would be thousands. If he was actually talking about sexual partners, it would be thousands. Tens and hundreds of thousands.
On the Al Cole website, he has Johnny Van Zant of Leonard Skinnerd in support of Al Cole's People of Distinction Humanitarian Awards events with a video, which
he didn't buy on Cameo.
Which might Adam.
Adam.
Cynical.
I don't think he's not going to pay the guy $10,000 to do a cameo.
What's Johnny Van Zant getting for a cameo?
It's like sleeping with a famous woman as an escort. I mean, you have to be a billionaire to afford that. I mean, you can't get just any guy from Leonard Skinnerd that happened to be related to the singer to do whatever you want.
$125.
Well,
all right. So Al didn't get a cameo. Thank you. It's rent money.
They're everyday people. But most people don't know anything about what I've done in music and as a writer of books. And that's what I want to get on the radar screen right now. I exist. In fact, that's my music playing in the background. It's called Man Meets Woman. Okay, I'm a born romantic.
He does have a good voice. He's got a very good voice.
I could listen to him all day. I'm not joking. I love his voice.
He's almost an ASMR quality to
Yes.
it. It's like hypnotic.
I don't know why he doesn't do that. That seems like it would be a layup for him.
I don't know.
Why don't you explain it to him?
And then see how he, exactly.
Yeah, he could do imaging for us.
I got that way because I have a wonderful mother and father deeply in love with each other, and they passed on.
And I used to watch him do it. Now look at the mess they've made. They should sit and if you stay, you watch.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to learn.
Gabriel, you're going to learn. You're going to sit and watch. It was hot. Sweat was pouring.
I don't know, Sharon, was it a mistake to let Al watch us?
Well, maybe. I got that way because I have a wonderful mother and father deeply in love with each other, and they passed on their love values to me. And now I want to communicate some of those love values to you by answering some of the main questions that my alcoholics have asked me. I'll start out with one of the most important questions.
In my mind.
Okay,
These are the questions. that have been asked.
Lots of them.
Their alcoholics are many in number, and here is what some questions, the frequently asked questions. Facts.
Mailbag.
No, that was our idea. Answering emails? No, he didn't come up with that. But this is more of a fact situation. Here we go.
By answering some of the main questions that my alcoholics have asked me. I'll start out with one of the most important questions. Hey, Al, what are some of your greatest creative accomplishments in life? Well, here's my answer. My greatest accomplishment is my son, Benji. Absolutely. When I think of my creations, he is my greatest creation. And even when he was born, I was in that room. It was a natural childbirth. I saw him come out of that birth canal closer probably than any of the doctors in that room at that time.
Oh, man. Really?
Let me tell you something. I wasn't supposed to, but I really got down there.
And even when he was born, I was in that room. It was a natural childbirth. I saw him come out of that birth canal closer probably than any of the doctors in that room at that time.
Yeah, I had a telescope and I was
oh boy,
within range.
Closer than was recommended. They even told me to get back. They said I was too close.
I said, "Hey Doc, move out of the way. I wants to see what's doing." That is interesting. I like that his son is his creation. You can tell that he loves women because this is his creation, and also
Closer probably than any of the doctors in that room at that time.
That's hot. If you're a girl, you got to like that. He knows how...
Well, it's hot just hearing the phrase...
I saw him come out of that birth canal.
Yeah. So he knows what you're capable of. Hey, I've seen it. Much worse than this. All right. And then Al moves on. Adam, what does he have next for us?
This is, I don't know, 2-3 minutes later in the song. He's
okay.
Again, this you can find this on Spotify.
This is on Spotify.
Al
Cole.
Cole. This is the name of the song is Who Is Al Cole? He's introducing
song.
you to him. Yes, a song.
This is a song.
Spoken word situation.
Right. It's like Rollins. Okay, here we go.
I have a number of great creation accomplishments that the world doesn't even know about. And one of them would be my relationships with women.
How does the world not know about that? They know all about Dahmer.
But this is a creative accomplishment.
Yeah. Getting fat chicks, luring them into the bedroom. You got to get creative. I mean, you're involving the culinary arts world. You're involving a lot of things. Physics to get everything stabilized. I mean, how much can the human nose take? These are all questions that were...
Reinforced bed slats.
Yeah, as I said, physics. How much, can...
Stifling the olfactory nerve.
That's what I said. Yes. How much can
you give me Al's number?
How much pressure can male hips take when sat on? There's a lot going on. Many subjects are being taken care of. He loves fat women. He loves them. He doesn't care. The best is he's like, it's
Even
not
if
even
they're
that he doesn't even like fat chicks. The best thing about it, because that's like a thing. The best thing about it is he's just like, I don't care. Like, whatever. Whatever, man. Who cares? Who knows what they are? Just throw them down. That was the best.
Yeah.
Like, if he was like, I really like fat chicks, that's not nearly as funny. The funny thing is, he's like, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever. It's all the same to me. All right. That's pretty funny. All right, here we go.
I have a number of great creation accomplishments that the world doesn't even know about. And one of them would be my relationships with women. Now, that is a creative accomplishment. I've been blessed. I have been loved, and I've loved many women.
Show off.
Sure you have.
Oh, I believe that he has.
I absolutely believe that he has. If you are on the radio at night and you'll sleep with anybody, and women are calling in, and you just take the phone call and say, "I'll come meet you." Oh yeah.
Yes.
You can have.
And he was taking calls all night. I mean,
Exactly.
we played them on the show before.
Like, I did night radio. Like, if I would have, by the way, Al Cole's a great man, but I'm not besmirching him. But any of us, just by any of you, anyone in the world, if you're answering a phone in the middle of the night and women are calling in and you go ask 100 of them if they'll meet you, and one of them says yes, like, all of you within earshot could do the same thing. I'm not saying any of us were special. In fact, not overly talented doing overnights. But it's a numbers game. I mean, you ask 1,000 people if you can meet them. Someone's going to say yes.
And I don't consider that to be under any category of lust or negativity. I consider that to be intercreation.
So he's explaining how it's beautiful that he has had sex. He's had sex with so many women, he has to start coming up with reasons.
Right, and also explaining and justifying this is not about just going out there and conquering. You're creating relationships.
It's not about carnal desires, baby. It's not about mega butt cheeks. It's about a real connection.
Lust, where two people can intersect lifestyle at a certain point. And
yeah, for like 15 minutes.
point. And they can teach each other wonderful, wonderful lessons of life, spiritually as well as romantically. The creations that have come out of my relationships with women have been extraordinary. I've learned how to connect with the feminine side of me through my relationships with women. That is a great creation, but that's not all. If we're talking now about creations the way that they're usually thought about with my music and my books, they are at equal pathways. I'm equally an author as I am a musician.
Oh, I wanted him to say lover.
Well, he's already explained his loving. His loving surpasses all of this.
And record producer and all of that stuff. I have labored through that. But as women labor through giving birth to a child, it's a labor of love. And I've always thought of my creations, when we come down to music and books, as being relating the love that I have for humanity through those creations.
All right. Well, that was necessary. So there you go. Al Cole.
Available for
I
your...
saw him come out of that birth canal.
Al Cole, this is available on Spotify.
Yes, yes, this particular song. Who is Al Cole on Spotify?
Who is Al Cole?
10 songs he has.
Than any of the doctors.
So even if the people just on YouTube right now, which I would imagine there's over 1,000, like if all of you just went to, if you have Spotify, which I do not have, I do not like the guy who owns it, but if you go to Spotify and just look up Al Cole and play like one of his songs, it would be such a treat for him because he'll get up this morning and he'll see that he has like, I guess, 1,000 plays, which I imagine is more than he has right now. So you could legitimately make him feel good. And he is trying to make all of you feel good that are women. All right, so let's
Can we play out with an Al Cole song.
Yeah, so let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can get to Spotify. If any of you in that room have Spotify, please play Al Cole. Just get it up, even artificially, even if you don't want to hear it. Let the man
Even
feel
if
good.
they're fat.
That's right. His songs are like the fat chicks of music.
Oh, wait, you wanted one of these. All right,
is this music?
This one goes out to the world, baby.
Oh. This is the collaboration he did with 311.
Al was a huge fan of this, by the way.
He thought Hardy was very talented. He thought Hardy was rapping. And then Hardy said, no, I'm not. It's the worst rap of all time. Congratulations. Congratulations. You know you're rapping well when you go, congratulations. Here I am.
Whoa there.
Don't do this with your voice. Congratulations. Yeah, chill out. Chill out, Al. All right, we'll be back in just a moment with our friend Cedric Maxwell. never changed. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. It's just never good. It wasn't funny the first time.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
We just had a tough time tonight converting. I thought we got a lot of great looks, some open catch and shoots, and we just didn't convert. So move on to the.
You want to get in price very low. They're playing the Brooklyn Nets, as that is not a marquee game. Go see Cedric. Sit by him. Sit by the broadcast location in the upper deck. There you go.
300 level.
That's right. Cedric Maxwell is the Celtics color analyst. He's, of course, his number is retired. He's a multiple NBA champion, and he joins us on the show. Hello, Cedric.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you guys doing today?
We are well. How was the West Coast?
West Coast was good. Celtics won 3 out of 4. Could have possibly won the Denver game, but it was it just got dragged in the mud at the end. As they were saying, couldn't make any shots, didn't have any legs, and it's a getaway game, and it's really tough to play in that kind of game on the last game of a road trip.
Okay,
we talked about that one the morning afterward, where it got a sense kind of watching it like, you know what, we've done pretty well on this trip, but enough is enough. We're gonna get out of here. And you said they kind of got dragged at the end. And at some point on a road trip like that, you've given a lot. You've played a lot, and there's only so much. You're not going to win every single game. And in that particular matchup, I think they had enough.
Well, it was the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
You did rest Jaylen Brown the game before that when you played Phoenix, and at 3 games you won. And a possible game you could have won. You played well enough in the first half to have a lead, and then you could just see it in the third quarter. The Celtics just got in more and more mud and never was able to recover. Like Jaylen said, they had a lot of open looks, a lot of open shots, but couldn't recover.
All right. A lot of the talk surrounding the NBA right now is the teams actively tanking and teams not playing their star players. It seems to dominate conversation. And it's pretty early in the season to talk about, I've heard up to 10 teams tanking, actively tanking. What are your thoughts about it? And just, can you kind of contrast that to even the NBA 20 years ago?
Well, I hate it when you think about teams, and because it puts the mindset in the organization of being a loser. I was around when ML Carr and the Celtics were trying to actively go and not win basketball games and trying to get Tim Duncan and had those 2 great picks, and they turned out to be Chauncey Billups at that time, one of them, and Ron Mercer, and it was just it's just a bad feeling when you go to a game and you think that you got a chance, and even when you got a chance, you don't have a chance because you pull out all your starters. Some people understand that, but at the end of the day, it sends a losing mentality, if I'm thinking that way.
I think ultimately, though, Max, with so many teams doing this, and Danny Ainge in Utah are taking this to another level, pulling starters and sending guys out for the season, it's not only bad for the league, it's just not a good product to watch, whether it's your job or just a fan showing up.
Yeah, exactly. I think that when you think about the game and the game that you want to see, and the game I've loved for so long, you just want to see guys get out and compete and have an opportunity and not get shortchanged by any organization or anything out there. Fortunately, for right now, the Celtics aren't in that position. And I just look at other teams right now, and you just kind of hate to see it. Even with the Brooklyn game tonight, Brooklyn necessarily isn't tanking, but they just have a bad team. But this is the same team. And this is why tonight's game would be a dangerous game. Coming back off a West Coast road trip, you have a hangover. You play a team like Brooklyn that you're expected to win because of their records. And if you don't come out with your best effort, this team can surprise you because Brooklyn beat you a time here in the building this year.
More specifically to that, Max, it seems like the Celtics, with the exception of that third and fourth quarter against Denver, seem to show up night after night after night, and Jaylen Brown's a big reason why that is. He doesn't usually take a lot of nights off at all, and I'm wondering what you think about him being the most valuable player of the league this year.
Well, it says a lot about him, and it says a lot about us because none of us saw that. We thought that this team, those first 3 games his team played this year, and they lost them. We just thought this team was going to be in the lottery and was going to get in picks. But Joe Mazzulla uses this thing of sense of urgency. And every guy that he puts on the floor plays that way. Shiver has come out and played great basketball. He hasn't scored a lot of points, but he's defended. Hugo comes in and plays. Everybody that Joe puts in the game normally has a tendency. Now they're trying to get Vooch, trying to get him acclimated to the system. And I think that's another weapon that the Celtics have. But, John, I'll jump forward here. The biggest transition any team can make right now in the NBA will be the Boston Celtics. And that's when Tatum comes back. I don't know when he's coming back. I told you guys before, it has to be within the next 20 games. Is he healthy, everybody says. Well, if he's healthy enough to go play up in Maine and play some exhibition game and then practice games, then I think he's at that point now. It's going to be psychological. And if you're going to get over the hurdle, you just got to get out and play because there are going to be some ups and downs regardless. You're not going to be he said before, I want to be the Jason Tatum. Well, he's not going to be quite Jason Tatum until he gets on the floor and has some small places where he fails. And that's one of the things that has to happen to a player. I don't think that he's afraid, but I think he's apprehensive. And I'm saying that because that's how I was when I came back from injury, and I didn't even have a major injury like he did.
Is it? I keep hearing this, Max, and I know some people are getting tired of it. I'm not tired of it, and I don't dismiss the psychological aspect of it. I just want to understand it more. Do you think it's mostly about fear of re-injury and really testing it for the first time in an actual game condition, which we can all understand is different from any level of practice or scrimmage? Is that what it is? You're just worried about the injury and re-injuring that same thing?
I don't think that you worry about the re-injury. Every player, you can't go into a basketball game thinking about you're going to re-injure yourself, or this is going to happen again. I think the Celtics have done a great job of putting him in a position right now that he's going to be able to come back. Essentially, what I understand, and I got my doctorate last night. It just came through.
Oh, good.
They put a cadaver, put a dead man's or his Achilles in there and a staple, so it's almost a double Achilles he has in there. Okay. So the possibilities of injuring the Achilles right now is probably nil. Again, I just believe it's psychological. Any player that comes back, and I talked to Brad Stevens about this, and he and I was just mentioning, and this is no surprise, no breaking news, but he and I agreed that the best version of the Boston Celtics are going to be when Tatum comes back. If this team is going to go to another level, it's going to change gears, it's going to come back with a Tatum that's 70, 80%. And that's going to be enough to me, I think, to make a lot of noise in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, and I don't mean to harp on this, but if it's not the injury thing, what is the psychological aspect of it? What's the hurdle?
The hurdle is, as a great athlete, you look at two things. One, he's looking at how this team has been playing this year. He's mentioned this. Jason Tatum said, well, I don't want to, turn over the apple cart. I don't want to come back and be disruptive. Well, you're not. You're going to be by addition. And I think players, anytime they come back, you come back from injury, you're a little apprehensive about your ability to be you, the things you were able to do before. And you won't know this until you actually get back into an NBA game. You can play in Maine, you can play in Port, you can play wherever you want to. You can play in John Wallach's backyard if you want to.
Oh, you'd have too much room. You'd lose the ball.
Well,
it could go on for miles.
On the compound, as he calls it?
Yes,
the Wallach compound?
Yes.
Yeah.
By which sex swing? Good luck finding room.
Oh, God. You're not going to know until, he gets back and plays against these frontier NBA players. And then you're going to get a bump, something's going to happen, and you're going to go, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, I'm okay. Then something else is going to happen. These are the steps that you're going to have to take psychologically to get back to a place that you want to be.
When Jason Tatum comes back, I assume he is going to, and you get him at 70 or 80% and add him to the team as they are now, is this team good enough to make the NBA Finals, Max?
Changing gears, John. Of course, I think they are. If you add a dynamic player like that with his skill set to a team right now that's already, I don't know, almost 20 games over 500, wherever they're at right now, this is one of the things that you can change gears. You can go from a really good team to a super team if you're able to bring back that one player with his skill set who knows the game, who's been around, who's been with Joe Mazzulla, doesn't have to go over the plays because he's had these plays in his mind. He just has to learn to fit his skill set into what you're doing right now.
Yes. I have a feeling you like this Pistons team a little bit, though.
I like the Pistons team. I think that they're with Cade Cunningham and the guys that they have over there, what they have right now is a very physical,
tough,
imposing, tough team. But if you bring Tatum back, I think your skill set, the Boston Celtics skill set, would be greater than what you would have with Detroit right now.
Yeah,
Detroit has good players, but I think that if you have Brown, who's playing at the all-star level, if you have Tatum coming back, you got Vooch, who's getting involved. You have all these different pieces, and even the pieces right now. And let's add the biggest thing, Joe Mazzulla, what he's done to this team and how he's insisted that they play hard every single moment. And that's another factor that we don't talk about enough.
But it would be fun seeing the talent up against the physicality for 7 games. That would be interesting. Oof. I haven't seen an NBA team be this physical during the regular season,
especially with the rule changes a few years ago.
Well, I mean they're not afraid to get teed up. They're not afraid to get kicked out of games. Like they're very proud of that old school attitude.
Isaiah Stewart for 7 games.
And you know what? Yeah. It was fun like in the early 90s, and now it just takes forever. Like it used to be like, Lambeer or Bird would get in a fist fight and then they'd like clean up the mess and then they'd play on. Now it's 7 hours of like reviewing film. It's just so annoying.
It really is in that sense. And, I asked somebody that the other day. I think some reporter came on and he was talking about the All-Star game. And he said, how about this? How about we come back and we have white players against black players in the All-Star team. And let's see how hard they'll play. And I said, boy, that's stupid, but boy, it's fascinating if it got down to that. I think.
Have you ever tried to do that with a video game? Very little success. Good luck finding a cornerback in Madden to play 2 white guys. And now maybe you could, but before it was Jason Sehorn and no one else.
I haven't because I don't play the video games, but what they were saying was the fact that you can look at Detroit right now with their physicality and what they're doing and knocking people around. They are borderline trying to get back to the 80s. They got Rick Mahorn over there whispering in their ear about what they should do and how physical they can be. But I think they are physical. But at the end of the day, they're not going to fight. I don't think they're going to crack a fart. Either one of them. I don't believe that's going to be the issue. I think that if you look at the game the way it is now, people want to bang you around. But I'll ask you guys a question. I've asked you guys this before. What's the difference between, you see a fight in the NBA, which wasn't a fight in Charlotte, halfway swinging, and 7 guys get thrown out, and a fight that might happen in the National Hockey Association? Well, what's the difference in those fights?
Skates. And
skates.
People get hit.
I'm tired of damn skates. They got on skates so they can't punch you. What the hell does that mean?
No, it doesn't mean anything. And it is odd that they play in the same arena, and I've thought about it many times. And I thought about it during the Charlotte fight, which I saw live. Now, Isaiah Stewart, I think, would hit someone. He was looking to hit someone. He was throwing. In fact, I don't know if he
came off the bench to rush somebody.
No, Isaiah Stewart would hit someone. But beyond that, you are definitely right. No one's going to fight anyone. And I'll tell you what, it's like, so I have that game on the background, right? I like the Pistons. I see this fight erupt. I rewind it and start watching it. Now I'm involved with the game, but I ended up turning the thing off because now you're right, Cedric. It's 7 hours of litigating this nonsense where, like during, like what, he like touched a guy's face? Like, I mean, fine, then kick him out of the game. Why do you have to sit here and litigate it for 7 hours? I'm telling you. In the San Antonio game, Cade Cunningham pushes someone from San Antonio down. During gets in the guy's face. Okay, interesting. No, we're going to go look at it for 5 hours now to see if, like, I mean, stop it with this nonsense. It's too much.
That's what drives me crazy about the NBA. A lot of these guys think they're tough and all this stuff, but you look at them in most of these games, all they're doing is rubbing heads. One guy comes up to the other guy, rubs and says, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do?" And if a guy swings, the broadcasters even go, "Oh,
yeah,
oh my God."
Yeah.
And we look at the National Hockey Association.
League.
The guys throw punches all the time. Nobody says, "Oh, he threw a punch." No. Hey, he got him down. He knocked him down. Okay, great fight. Let's get back to this thing.
Well, they're fighting even when they don't want to. So,
It puts more interest in the game to me, and it puts a little bit more pride and the physicality, because there's a lot of guys in this league that want to talk noise, but at the end of the day, they don't want all that smoke. And that's to me. And the game has always been, if you really played it, and John Wallach and his sons, you think about this, when his two sons play, it's a Greco-Roman fight. And when those guys get through, they shake hands and they go on and, "Hey, Mom, what are you cooking today? Okay, let's go eat." But it puts a little bit more emphasis in just being tough and one guy getting tougher than the other.
Well, John cooks in their house, Cedric.
He loves to make sure.
He's the culinary
We have to break. Cedric is too interesting. We go very long with him. Cedric, we appreciate it. Great appearance as always. We look forward to hearing you tonight and talking to you next week.
All right, Sean Grandy's going to come on.
Oh, I heard oh boy, we were reading tweets of his. He's a real prick. He was yelling about gate agents and everything else and calling them out by name. Hachi Machi, Cedric. Good luck with him. All right, thank you. You've got what you came for. You have your pound of flesh. I think he's gone.
Thank you.
He's gone.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
2 goals for Victor Arvidsson last night. Bruins won their first game out of the Olympics.
acceptance, respite, and care.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. We have a Slack channel, which the six of us, even Nicholas, who was at Shredfest last night, Eddie Trunk's Shredfest. Don't worry about it. We'll have audio on Monday. Eddie Trunk was here in town.
Yep.
Now, he's got a new episode up today, but it won't be live. He talks to... He's talking to Joe Satriani and Steve Vai. And on top of that, so you're just already like, okay, when? Mm-hmm. But on top of that, for the first time ever, I hope if Eddie's listening right now, call in, play it for us.
If you're cute.
Oh,
just
don't
say,
even
Eddie,
say that. I'm going to get nervous.
No. Well, you knew the whole time, but
it's like having, Mick Jagger in the audience when you're singing for a rock band.
Just address him personally. Eddie, go ahead.
Ed, here's the deal. Eddie Two Shirts, here's the deal. I know you got the new Vi Satriani sitting in your hot little hand. I know it's all queued up to go tonight at 3, or this afternoon at 3.
This is the new episode not heard before?
Not heard before.
Okay.
First time ever, Satriani Vi, new song.
I feel bad for Felger and Mass.
Oh yeah, I feel bad about it too. It's like I don't mean to, praise their competition, but
being included. But a guy who fronted the band and sang lead vocals on 2 albums, Blaze Bayley, is omitted.
That's right. That was a 10-minute rant the other day when the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame came out. Blaze Bayley, who is he really singing 2 Iron Maiden records, not included in the Hall of Fame voting. But anyway, on this Slack channel, apparently 2 of you dopes, thankfully for me, I don't participate. But my ideas come straight through my mind into the microphone. But for you nickel and dimers that have to put stuff up there, I'm just joking, Jesus, is the 2 of you dopes fell for fake AI-generated horse crap. Kaboom.
Well, Beaton caught his, and it's the Ryan Gosling on Jeopardy, which apparently is part of like a movie promotion or something. So that's fine. He put it up there. But John Wallach posted this to the Slack channel.
Mm-hmm.
And here's how he prefaces his sharing. He says, also, I checked, and this is from an actual X account of this airport. They're trying to ban the wearing of pajamas on the property.
Mm-hmm.
So I click on it, and it is the Tampa International Airport. And a post from them saying, we've seen enough, we've had enough. It's time to ban pajamas at Tampa International Airport. After successfully banning Crocs and giving everyone the amazing opportunity to experience the world's first Crocs-free airport, it's time to take on an even larger crisis, pajamas at the airport in the middle of the day. The madness stops today. The movement starts now. John Wallach saw this, took the time to check on the account, and then posted it as a real thing.
Yeah, I think that might have been a red flag.
John?
They had banned Crocs.
John?
My bad. Made a mistake.
I have a feeling you didn't read the article.
Not enough anyway.
No. I think that was
Maybe read the first sentence and put it up there.
Did you take the time to read the thing immediately below it? Readers add context to this image. Many are taking this seriously, but the airport later confirmed this as a joke. They are not banning pajamas and Crocs.
Well, I think the answer obviously is no. I did not read that.
Yeah, maybe read the article before you put it up. It would save you time and us time because you wouldn't have to. It's not the quantity; it's the quality. That's what I would go with that. Apparently, the AI quotes Ryan Clark, Mia Kynes, and the lady that was on the yacht show. Below deck. Jamel Hill.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, those 3 people, so what people will do is they'll take an image of them and make it look like it's like a quote of theirs, like a fake quote of theirs, and they'll put it up on the internet, and then people will get all crazy about it. Then it doesn't matter or not, but then they'll find out it's fake, and even when they find out it's fake, they're still pissed. So that's a thing that's going on now. So now we're getting into which I knew was going to happen, and you all knew it was going to happen too. Now it's going to get to this thing where you can't believe anything you see on the internet, which I have heard speculated might be the death of social media. So that, in a way,
Fingers
could
crossed.
be a backhanded thing, because if you can't believe anything you read on social media, like for real, not like fake media crap, but like it's probably fake. Now we can get out of it. Fake video. It's not real porn. Which matters. It matters. You need 2 red-blooded adults to have a porno. You can't be computer schmaltz.
I wanted to believe that the Peyton Tolley addressing the team and using Joey Chestnut as a hype-up man for the World Baseball Classic was AI generated. It is, in fact, not. Maybe we should address that.
Okay. I didn't see that, so we can do that as a matter of fact. All right, we can do that in just a moment. Sure. So we'll be right back.
Patriots, Bruins, the Celtics, WBCFM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins got 36 saves in net from Jonas Korpisalo and 2 goals from Victor Arvidsson. They beat Columbus at TD Garden last night 4-2 in their first game out of the Olympic break. The Bruins have won 10 straight home games. They visit Philadelphia tomorrow. Celtics had last night off. They're back home to play Brooklyn this evening. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7. The tip-off at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Garrett Crochet, 2 shutout innings in his spring debut. Red Sox won their preseason game yesterday at home against Tampa Bay 7-5. Brian Bayo starts today as the Sox travel to Venice, Florida to play Atlanta. And Chris Sale and Patriots senior defensive assistant Ben McAdoo will reportedly not return to the team next season. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, the company that finishes every job strong. If your home or business has a plumbing, HVAC, electrical, or drain issue that can't wait, you need to call 128 now at 888-CALL-128. I'm John Wallach of Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Are you actually coaching the game, or it's just that is? I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston Talk Sports here.
What do we got? What do we got?
The Sports Hub.
My buddy.
With friends like these,
To climb up a tree.
you know.
We're the best friends you can be, my buddy and me.
Now,
Me.
more of your best morning buddies, Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Peyton Toll, Peyton Tolley, you would think that he was a retired player from the 70s. A very Rod Guidry vibe about him. A mustache Canadian man, 50 years, if put on a husky build. When I saw a picture of him, I thought he was 100 years old. He looks very old now.
Do you know how old he is?
Yeah, he's 23.
Yeah.
But he looks like, how old does he look to you?
It's amazing. A minimum of early 40s.
Yeah, and he's a big boy, no question about it. And I like that he does have a hairy chest that he does keep. Now, he shaves things into it, but that's his business. But I do like him and the Kelsey with the famous lady. The two of them have back hair, which is something you can't control. And I applaud, the one thing I'll applaud Travis Kelsey on is his ability to normalize back hair.
Well, you can have electrolysis.
Oh, yeah, you can go hair to hair.
Yeah.
You're talking about laser. The laser is
What-
the only practical way of doing it. Electrolysis goes to every individual follicle and burns it.
I'm saying
You'd be there for 3 years.
It's like you getting after these women that you see who don't dye their hair, and you say,
Gross.
oh, well,
My mom dyes her hair. She's 84 and lives in East Tennessee. You dye your hair.
But by your logic, there's nothing you can do about it. It turns gray.
No, you can shave your back and you can get your back waxed. All things I do, I keep things as in control as possible. But, they haven't invented a device yet. Now, I have something with a handle with razors on it, but they haven't. And I can't wait until my son gets a hairy back because it's coming. Oh, he's got a lot to say now. But he sees that it's coming on. It's coming. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. It's coming. He shaves his chest. He shaves he's one of these people. He doesn't like body hair, but it's like a Twilight Zone episode. The more he shaves, it's like Jerry. He's running around the park scratching himself.
Right.
Under the full moon. But anyway, they haven't created something that can truly in a solo way shave your back.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to get a third party or a second person to get involved. Now that has to be someone that loves you very much and trusts you.
Oh, it's a two-way street, that trust. It's got to be both of you.
Now it's here. You want to hear like a little fun thing that's a kind of a, I don't know the right.
Is it
term
relating
for
to
it.
back hair?
Yep.
Yeah, then I do.
Okay, so women seem to like to remove back hair in that they also like to pop pimples and things of that nature. But
it's a rather blanket statement you're making, but continue.
Is it false? Do your wives want to pop pimples? Like if they see a pimple, do they want to pop it?
No, my wife does not have that compulsion.
My wife has in the past, yes.
Okay, Adam, we'll take a survey.
My wife left me. I'm just kidding, Megan. If you're listening right now, of course, I'm just kidding. I'm making the joke because it was a good joke to give.
It was a very good joke.
But no, my
Now you've
girlfriend, I
ruined
don't
it.
think
Go
would be
ahead.
interested in that at all.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan's a virgin. Nick, does your wife enjoy pimples and things of that nature? She does.
Nick's giving the thumbs.
So I'm kidding. Ryan, of course, is a man who's had many, many women. But don't get it twisted. He's available.
You used to be married, Fred.
Uh-huh.
Did your wife like
She
to...
loved to shave my back, and she did love pimples. That's why Dr. Pimple Popper is on the air. It's a pretty universal thing. Now, it obviously doesn't apply to everyone, and maybe you don't know your wife, but John knows his wife obviously better than you know yours. But women, my point is this, is that as much as back hair is repellent to women, they do seem to enjoy shaving it. But you can't ask someone unless they're married to you to shave your back. I have a friend, his wife shaves his back. But when they were dating, she would never shave his back. You can't, your first date, go, if we're going to have sex and you want my shirt off, you're going to have to shave my back.
Because it's not an attractive thing. It's not something that you would think of as being a good quality and something that you want to do. So if you're trying to keep that magic alive long into a relationship, why would you concede any aspect?
Right,
of it?
exactly. So there has to be like a love and trust. It has to be someone that you trust. And you really can't ask a guy, at least in my opinion. It's like going to the movies with a guy. Like if you get to shave your back. Now I might go to the movies with a guy. I haven't yet, but maybe I would. All right. If I could get a posse of bros to see whatever action flicks coming out.
Right.
You know, when I was in college, there was a big, a lot of people that wanted this. This was a kind of a thing, and then I'll get to this audio for it takes 2 seconds. But we've discussed this before. There was this thing, and always in Sunny in Philadelphia has ventured into it, about heterosexual guys wanting to see buff dudes with their shirts off. Like there were movies, a whole class of hit movies that guys were flocking to just to see buff dudes with their shirts off. Like Stallone and Schwarzenegger, and then it went to Van Damme. I mean, there were guys that could barely speak that were, I mean, Lou Ferrigno, he's deaf. He can't really, he has trouble speaking. These guys all big stars based on what? Their muscularity. Now, is it women that are flocking to these things? You ask 99% of women, this I will say, they don't want a bodybuilder. They want like a lean cut guy. They don't want a bodybuilder.
But the notion of like groups of guys.
So those movies are being attended by men. Go ahead.
Yeah, but never in my experience did I go with like friends of mine.
In college, that was like a thing. Like there was dudes that would be like, let's go. And the reason I remember
you in that college that you went to,
we did a lot.
And I use the term loosely, in that fraternity that you belong to.
Believe me,
it's
no
all
Michigan
just
State.
an excuse to engage in homoerotic behavior.
That's true. However, and it's also not an agricultural school, so I understand your vehement unacceptance of it. As Michigan State is an agricultural school, which has a lot of real world implications, and also the packaging.
What's
nature
grown
is
outside your
fantastic.
house?
Nothing. I went to a liberal arts school. Knowledge.
No, it's a grass. Turf management. You're welcome.
That's right. That is true. You get a turf management.
You enjoy bacon? You can thank the Swine Research Center at Michigan State University for that bacon.
Well, maybe they can get rid of these pig viruses that are all over the place. Swine flu. All right. Anyway.
You have a dog? Thank you, Animal Husbandry. Also part of Michigan State University.
They teach you how to breed them.
I can't believe you didn't partake in any of this.
I couldn't get into those colleges.
Academically, it's too difficult for you?
I had to be a journalism major in the communications college because I was a dope. All the brainiacs were studying turf and pigs.
No, all the brainiacs were at other schools. I got waitlisted at Michigan State. I got nowhere to talk. I probably would have gotten in, but I did get waitlisted, and I accepted the offer at Rollins. When it costs more, it's easier to get in, you see. Unless it's like a really good school. Yes, and I know in Bret Easton Ellis's one of his books, I think American Psycho, they make fun of Rollins. I understand that. All right, anyway, Peyton Tolley.
Yeah, he's getting the Red Sox fired up for the World Baseball Classic. Now, do you have both cuts here? Because I don't know that we'll be able to make it through his hype of the hype video.
I'll just let it play, and then we can...
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
We'll try it.
Okay.
I am honored to honor American like to first start off by honoring the Boston Red Sox 2 WBC members, Mr. Garrett Whitlock and Roman Anthony.
All fine.
Wait, those are the only two guys playing in the World Baseball Classic?
They're the two guys that are playing for Team USA.
Yeah, so he's leaving everyone out.
That's correct.
That's good team building. Okay, good shot. Good stuff. So once the season starts, we'll all divide ourselves into our racial and nation.
Sure. Just kind of prepping.
It's not so much race as it is all the Hispanic players over there,
Yeah.
and then Americans over
You
here.
stay over in your corner. We're gonna
Listen,
go
we
be
screwed
here.
over the U.S. men's hockey team. We might as well start with the U.S. Men's baseball.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all like one group, but you're playing for different countries. So.
Yeah, just start taking two of the best players and make AI videos of them saying stuff they didn't say and put it out for mass consumption. All right, here we go.
Inventions in the United States. Flight. NASCAR. Honey buns. Baseball.
A lot of audible laughing at those jokes.
It's like a Belichick press conference from 10 years ago.
It really is. It's like watching Family Guy in rehab. What are you guys laughing out loud for? Your brains are so twisted.
You haven't felt anything in so long.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of guffawing going on here. This is a show that we've all seen.
And Hollywood film. Talk about food in the U.S. We fry everything. It's damn good, too.
I think this might be, and I'm not joking, taken from the mind of Tim Allen. This might be very similar to Tim Allen's breakthrough stand-up routine.
Okay.
Which I actually thought was very good.
That's 72-ounce steak. We do our competitive eating amazing here. That 72-ounce steak, yours truly conquered 3 years ago. It's probably my greatest achievement of all time. Things that are uniquely American. Hot dogs on the 4th, the Rose Bowl, a nice Fenway Frank. Now let's think of American heroes. Hold on.
I'll spare you the Fenway Frank speech.
Colin.
Disgusting. Dramatic pause. Eddie Trunk.
Technical.
I'll tell you, this is get me this crowd. I do stand-up every night. I
Right.
can't do stand-up for the life of me, but if you gave me this crowd, I could string together 2 words and get everyone falling all over themselves. This is like the Apollo.
The music should be playing. There it is. I've hyped this up all week. My guest for this presentation.
Now, it sounds like 9 to 5. Does he have a guy come out with 2 big balloons in his shirt? Because he's got the Dabney Coleman mustache.
I was going to say, he's got the ghost of Dabney Coleman.
All right. Because if they're laughing at what he's saying, if you put a guy with 2 balloons in his shirt and a wig out, I mean, someone might die.
Gentlemen and grab, prepare yourselves. Rating from Vallejo, California.
The Kielbasa Queen.
Standing at a whopping 5'11" tall, weighing 230 pounds.
All right, bring him out, dude.
Lead me your American dominance. He is legend.
Oh, my God, dude.
Salted sausage, the impressor of
Yeah, okay, so he's bringing
see what I
someone
mean?
out.
King-time world champion.
All right, yeah, it's too much. I can't take it anymore.
So he brings, he's got a video of Joey Chestnut.
Oh, it's a video?
I believe it's a video, right? Yeah.
Oh, he's not even there?
No.
Man.
Oh, my God.
So do you have to play a little bit? So this is the hype up, and here's Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, not too big a pop for that.
Hello, Team USA. Joe Chestnut here, hot dog eating champion of the world. Again and again and again. Yeah, hot dogs, baseball. These are 2 things that Americans love a lot. You need to convince yourself that winning is the only option. Just like breathing. Yeah, you don't get to take a break from breathing.
From what?
Breathing.
If you want to see tomorrow morning, see the sun rise, you got to keep breathing. You guys take care of business and stay hungry.
All right. Okay, that did not go over well. That was a lead balloon, and you had them all riled up. It's a combination of many things. It's the length and overexcitement of the intro leading. I thought he was actually going to bring Joey Chestnut up and that Joey Chestnut was going to eat stuff.
Which would have been awesome.
All of that yelling and
Still
screaming with the loud music.
Still not. I really did because I knew it was Joey Chestnut,
Yeah.
but I did think that he did bring him up and maybe he ate stuff.
No, he had a cameo from Joey Chestnut.
Because I thought it was too much even if you had Joey Chestnut, but he just had a cameo where Joey Chestnut's not trying.
Correct.
Oof. Oh, that's unfortunate that got out. I'll tell you, if that was me, if I was Peyton Tolley and that was me, this is a rough one.
The first part of it, like you said, he's killing just based on the reaction in the room.
Yeah, but he really kills that. And the thing is that if you say something offensive, at least you'll have people that even if you're joking around and don't believe it, you'll have people that do support you. This is just a real embarrassing.
No one's going to get behind that.
No, it's just it's kind of harmless and awful. Oof, I don't like that at all, right? All right. Well, Peyton Tolley, there is hope. There is a man that can help you.
It's Al Cole from CBS Radio, and if you're listening to me right now, I want to thank you.
I thought you were
and
playing.
I want you to know a little bit more about me. For instance, many people know about my broadcasting accomplishments. Most of those people call themselves alcoholics.
Imagine if he came out and played that. Ladies and gentlemen and people of the United States of America, he loves fat chicks, alcohol.
Hey, they say, hey, Al, we love what you're doing there, brother. In fact, we're hooked on it. We're alcoholics.
Looking around the room.
And we don't have to be anonymous about it either. Some people know about my people.
If you just played this,
people
just you had a room full of baseball players, you just sat there and played this video.
The country and the world
all 7 minutes.
have attended. I've honored over 100 unsung heroes.
It'd be one of those things that every minute it went on. By the end of this, people would be laughing or walking out.
But most people don't know anything.
If you just sat in a chair and looked at them while this played.
And as a writer of books,
next
and
to the
that's
screen,
what I'm
watching everyone in their
radar
chairs
screen right now. I exist.
No, you don't even make a move. You
In
just
fact,
cross your arms and
that's
look at
my
them.
music playing in the background. It's called Man Meets Woman. Okay, I'm a born romantic. I got that way because I have a wonderful
Just let it
mother and
play.
father deeply in love with each other, and they passed on their love.
That actually would be pretty funny. I could live with that because at least you're deliberately making people uncomfortable. He was really going for it, and it just fizzled and died. That's a shame. That's a shame. It's a bad crowd work.
Kick them in the balls.
You know what? He's too big. He's too big. He's never had to learn. He's never had to learn to be entertaining. He's always gotten by with his size. Mm-hmm. And speaking of size, I have a longer wingspan than most of the people that did the combine yesterday. Don't worry about it, Johnny. You just sit there with that knowledge.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll be back in just... I have 34. Everyone's got 30. I was 34,
Absolutely.
right?
Actually, I think you were 74.
74.
Oh, then one arm would be...
oh, no,
an arm would be 35.
No,
not
because
even.
you don't even count the shoulders. Your arm's probably like 22.
Yeah, you're a T-Rex, man.
Damn it. I thought I was cool. Now I realize I wasn't. Anyway, I Peyton Tolley the thing. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
More touch.
All right. We are Toucher and Hardy. It is the email segment, which is powered, and I do mean powered, by the very powerful Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com if you are even thinking of it. Give him a call. It's free. So get in with Jeffrey Glassman in his Injury Lawyers. All right. We have so much blind Scott. It is a lot of problems, but go ahead.
You haven't set up the separate catching box for the blind Scott emails?
Sure, I will do that in just a moment.
Yeah, mine goes right to the deleted items folder.
Oh, no, you got to have a separate folder.
No, I don't. I'm good.
All right.
I got this for you. This is interesting. So we played the Eddie Trunk thing of him going crazy about Blaze Bayley and him not getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Due to his singing with Iron Maiden for a little while. You two, I offered you $10,000 if you could guess who Eddie Trunk was referring to.
Right.
This is Christopher. He says, Fred, I would have won the 10K yesterday as I knew about Blaze Bayley. Background, I went to college during the mid-'90s. I had a friend who was Carl Bailey, and he told a girl at a bar that Blaze was his uncle, and it worked.
Oh, man.
FYI, the girl was a solid 5.5 at 6 p.m. and about 1 a.m. she was a 9. Carl's still a legend for that poll. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame over Blaze. I'm sure she was that had to be in Tampa. You have to assume that is in Oklahoma or Tampa.
You know, the trick with a lot of those things is make it obscure enough to where why would anybody lie about that?
This is an email that legitimately annoyed me.
Okay.
This is from Tony. So it's got a little twist if it annoys me. Hey, just started watching the YouTube and listening to the beginning of the show. I have a quick question. Bert did this last year at the Combine too, right? He's talking about Bert Breer.
Mm-hmm.
He was all jacked up from drinking the night before. Why not plan this segment ahead? How about next year when he's at the Combine, have him already scheduled for 9 a.m.? That gives Adam a whole year to schedule Bert for 9 a.m. on this day. Thank you, Tony. How about he does the show at 7 when he's supposed to be on, when we want him on, and he doesn't get that banged up the night before? Or if he gets banged up, I don't care. Just do the show at 7, which he did today, and that's fine.
Disappearance didn't sneak up on him either. He had a full year to prepare to be on at 7 a.m.
I wish everyone catered everything to me when I was drunk all the time. I could just say, great. Yeah, I would have loved if the show didn't start until I felt like it.
Be awesome.
See, that's the price, is that like when you go, I don't even know if he got messed up. He was out very late, but say I did, and I went out and got wasted. Part of the problem is that I got to get up and function the next day to whatever degree I'm capable of. So that's part of the pact that you make with yourself when you stay out till 3:30 in the morning. No one stays out at 3:30 in the morning and goes, tomorrow's going to be a great day.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what I have to do bright and early.
Or like just when I open my eyes, things aren't going to be overly pleasant. But, I'm weighing this experience to the next day, which for a long time I didn't mind. It was, when I was younger, if well worth staying out late at night to the expenses the next day. Now, as you age and get more responsibility, it becomes more difficult to manage that, and until I couldn't manage it anymore. But the notion, even from where I sit, the notion is that we should somehow cater to his whims of going out. No, he's on at 7. When he's on the West Coast, we'll put him on at 9. That's still really early. But the notion of like Bert has a 7 a.m. segment 52 weeks a year, and we're going to change it because he went out in Indianapolis is nonsense.
Right.
He doesn't have to come here. He came on. I'm not yelling about him. I'm yelling about the email. All he has to do is open his eyes and log onto the computer, or he could even do it on the phone.
Right. He wasn't even on camera.
It's really just answering the phone. And I mean, come on, guys. I mean, you guys could easily, even in your 50s, pick up the phone and talk into it. All right. Don't take trazodone, though. That can mess up your speech.
Oh, Don and Carver.
It's a non-narcotic.
Tried calling the show earlier this week. He said about 2 words. You cut him off, and then started talking about whatever it is that you wanted to talk about.
No. He said about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I said, don't worry at 7 o'clock. I think this was very nice of me. I said, don't worry at 7 o'clock. We're going to dive in feet first.
He got about 3 words out before you started just talking.
He said Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I said, don't worry, we're going to talk about it.
Is that the point of a phone call?
No, but the point of a radio show is not to be redundant, Don and Carver.
My call regarding the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he writes to me in an email.
Is he still going to try to beat me up? I'd kick his ass.
Was about a pertinent nugget that I thought would be of special interest to both you and he, a Detroit rock and roller, the first such legitimate Detroit to see you can't even do it now.
Don from Carver.
Hardy's very protective of the holdovers from the midday show.
His name is Jack Scott.
Very, very protective.
I was 12 years old when I heard him right after seeing Elvis on TV.
Well, I'm glad you're reading this email.
Are you
now.
reading this just to throw it in my face? That we could have had this story from the horse's mouth?
He had 20 chart hits from 1958 to 1963.
No way.
Which sold over 1 million copies each. A great artist. Please let me know you received this email. Would appreciate it. Meanwhile, I'll keep calling to try and open a dialogue about this guy. Please let me know if that would be fruitless. Thanks. Always your friend, Don and Carver.
He's reaching out to you and you slapped his hand away. That's terrible.
Don from Carver is like reaching out to Hardy like he's in customer service for the radio show.
Yeah.
Like I would really.
That's what it feels like.
Like, is this just futile? Like I'm gonna futile. I'm just gonna call in, and you guys aren't even gonna acknowledge me. Okay.
I keep getting this a-hole waiter. Please, I'm just gonna email the manager and see if I can get some satisfaction.
Yeah, Hardy, could you just have him take the call and let me talk the whole time?
Right.
I have things to say. Like when I saw Elvis on TV, there was another guy, Jack Scott.
Brandon emailed.
So he's the Eddie Trunk of callers.
That's right. He said, just working on replacing some shear pins. Thought you'd enjoy a view of my 3-foot 9-inch wide Cub Cadet model 31BH97SW710. It's got 4 tires on this bad boy. Think Sarah would be impressed by my magnetic flashlight? Yeah, she probably would be, but I got a lot of great snow blower, snow thrower, and shoveling emails this week. I haven't had time to respond to all of them. But
how many pictures do people send you? Because I know this email. He sent you a picture of that.
Yeah, we get POV pictures.
Yeah.
Of the guys looking down at the rake.
How about Vince? Thoroughly enjoyed what you're shoveling with earlier this week, as we all did. You hit the nail on the head. The Bobcat skid steer is the pinnacle of snow removal technology. A few years ago, convinced my wife this is the only way to clear our 150-foot-long driveway. She relented. I picked up a sweet, non-working 1989 64 2B off auction and a 60-inch plow a few months later. A little wrenching, and I had that sumbitch spinning like a top, and now I cleared the driveway lickety-split from the comfort of a heated cab. The kicker, probably the reason you should consider one of these babies, became a real talking point around the cul-de-sac. Now, I'm constantly invited to move earth, brush, and wood for the neighbors. Nothing gives me greater joy than helping out on the street. That's Vince in North Andover.
I know about helping out on the street. You got to help me out, baby, if you want me to help you out, Johnny.
You're talking about John Holick again?
Yeah, baby. I want to help you on the street. Shh, you lost. You need help. Come here. You're going to give you some food and place to stay. All right, Johnny. Well, this wasn't for free. You don't have no money. I'm Chaz Wallach.
It's too late. I got it.
I'm Chaz Wallach. You're going to pay for this one way or another. Make a kissy face. Totally.
Put this mop on your head.
We've gone through all the prison incarnations. Totally hype up speech. This is from Rich. When Tolley introduced Joey Chestnut, it reminded me of the Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they bring out Donovan McNabb to make a speech at the Eagles tryouts. Do you guys know that episode? They bring out the guy that was the girl's husband on Cosby Show, and they say that he's Donovan McNabb. It's the if you are going to watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia and you're a football fan, I would. What was the movie with Mark Wahlberg?
Invincible.
The Invincible episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The gang tries out for the Eagles, and they do a big public tryout, and that is a truly great episode of television. Thank you. I've said my piece.
The girl's husband from the Cosby Show?
Yeah.
Alvin? That
Alvin.
guy?
It's
Okay.
Alvin. Thank you.
Alvin.
Alvin.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you. Matt says, you pay Bert. I hope it's just enough to cover his gas expenses. Just replay his appearance on other shows or shoot the breeze for an hour on Friday. A lot of calls to do Shooting the Breeze on a more often basis, but that is not true. That is not true. I cannot do it. It would lose all its magic. I know it's very special, but it takes so much work.
We'll have it next
to put into play.
We'll have it in a few weeks. Hardy's taking a couple of days off. We can slot in a Shooting the Breeze one of those days.
Yeah, everyone gets very excited when he's gone, and we can finally unleash the creativity and give you a call-in segment where you can talk about anything.
Wall-to-wall calls during that segment.
Oh, people love it.
People love the
because they
segment.
can see that I put the effort in.
Mhm.
That's why.
And they don't recognize they could do that literally at any time.
Well, they're worried you're going to
Not with this coming back at you. No.
Fred, I went to the West Newton Chipotle and then walked to the West Newton Cinema. And I got to say, it was a great experience on both counts. Even happily donated
good
a few
Chipotle.
bucks to the Friends of the West Newton Cinema Fund. You should rethink that place. This kind of makes me think there should be like a real Jay Peterman tour. But for you, Fred.
That's
and
the other side of Newton. It's not as economically optimistic.
But if
is the way we say it around Newton Center.
If you could do a Fred Toucher reality tour.
It bucks up against this place. Well,
Maybe go to the woods where you walk the dog. Maybe go to the Chipotle that you frequent that is filthy dirty. Maybe go to the cinema that you enjoy.
My daughter was at school, and one of the teachers goes, "Tell your dad that is a disgusting Chipotle." I agree with him. So,
by the way,
it's a very small area. I could do it.
The Paw Thaw pet friendly ice melter. You're absolutely right. Out of stock at Newton, but I have a whole list of other stores where it is available for you. Now,
Thank you.
Would you consider going over to Cambridge after the show today?
I mean, in terms of mileage, not far.
Not far.
Pretty easy.
Only
too.
going to
They
take you
But
50
it's
minutes
only
to get
going to
there.
take you an hour
Yeah.
to get to 160 Alewife Brook Parkway from here.
Oh, but that's a fun hour.
Johnny?
Yes.
The Framingham PetSmart, that's pretty close to you.
We already have a bucket of that, which we purchased at that PetSmart.
Okay.
You know what's funny about
and,
framing it? Go
And
ahead.
as it turns out, it is available at the one I go to in Westwood, so I could pick up some for you and bring it on Monday.
It's like Framingham, like our good friends lived in Framingham for many years. They moved to Texas right before it got awful. And and you know what's the thing about Framingham is that Natick's not far. Somehow Framingham very far in miles. Like if you take the Pike, you'd be very surprised how long you're on it.
The
before you
exit-
get to Framingham.
It's like one more mile, one more exit, right? We'll be in Framingham.
No, it's a good 10 mile. The exits are 10 miles apart.
Well,
That
yeah,
Route 9
the
exit.
Pike is a little slice of hell with that. There's no out. You're on that thing for. If you make a mistake, you're on that thing for a while.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah,
to that
but-
circle of hell in Newton, you end up on the Pike.
The
Get-
Route
get
30
used to it.
exit, and then it's another 9 or 10 miles to the Framingham exit. Yep.
Yeah, and like when they lived there, we would take Route 9, and it never seemed that far away. But if you take the Pike, for some reason, it's 7 hours away.
Because it dumps you off on the extreme western side of Framingham, and you got to go back in. Yep.
I spent a lot of time in Framingham. They had a pizza. No, they had a Taco Bell KFC that I was very fond of getting when I was drunk and my wife was driving. Very fond of it. I can't believe that she would in any way want a divorce after those displays. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. We'll finish things up. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines presented by legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub.
I know. No, you don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and
today. Have we ever found out how The Office is playing commercial free on a loop in this with no breaks in between shows, really?
It's weird. The last couple of days, the center monitor here for some reason. I don't know.
It's got to be a Peacock situation.
Yeah.
It's got to be what Peacock went down to
That's
after
what
the
Nicholas
Olympics.
says, yes.
Now, I do find it safe because they are my friends, the people on the television.
Yeah.
They keep me company at home. Not as much as Seinfeld anymore because Seinfeld does not get annoying. Well, The Office becomes incredibly annoying.
Do you know what I happened upon yesterday? And John, this will speak to you at a molecular level.
Tell me NYPD Blue.
The episode where Bobby dies.
Oh man, Simone dies. That's an episode and a half right there.
And I told my I've seen
Yeah.
it several times now. I'm not going to cry. I did.
It gets you misty at the end.
How can it not?
Do they fade to white or fade to black at the end? I'm trying to remember.
I think they fade to white, but you know what line gets me? When they're all standing in line, everyone from the squad to say goodbye.
Yep.
Sipowicz, of course, is the last one, and he kneels down. He kneels down to Bobby.
Yeah.
And he says, I'll take care of her.
Yep.
And then he kisses him on the forehead.
Yep.
And then he walks away, and he's kind of, Sipowicz is okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay.
He had a chance to say goodbye to his friend.
Right.
Yep. At the appropriate time.
Oh my God.
Very sad when Bobby gives up and gives the hand motion down to the doctor. Very sad.
Right. Brutal.
Yeah.
All right, let's do something jolly for Adam 12. Free things to do this weekend.
Well,
not tomorrow.
There are certain photographs that people find in rummage sales, and what I like about it is there's no long essay to go along with it. Found this. Take a look at this.
I like that.
And I thought, you know what? I have a coffee table version of Found magazine. I'll bring it and let you borrow it.
And you know what's great about that is no one can comment on it.
Right.
So it just exists, and then for you, your own imagination to make the commentary.
Good luck to Melrose High School tomorrow in the Massachusetts Educational Theater Guild's big festival, the High School Drama Festival tomorrow. I'll be watching 8 40-minute plays at Stoughton High School tomorrow. Very excited about it.
Oh, we'll all be there.
Yeah.
And
just get lunch, Hardy. I'll be right down the street.
And good luck to Melrose
Go to
Larry
Town
Green.
Spa. Yeah, maybe.
The great Melrose Larry Green,
Yes.
certified public accountant.
Yeah,
That's right.
All right, that'll do it for us, John. You can finally escape. You can get out of here as you have been really miserable all day and quite not on your game. But Adam will
Screaming
talk
at the TV, tell me how good Lindsay Lohan looks. I'm like, that's not Lindsay Lohan.
Yep.
He was adamant about it.
It was
No.
Leanne Rhymes. I got it wrong.
Yeah, the two of them were really going at it.
Hardy really a little crotchety.
Yeah, everyone's except for me
stupid.
has been in a really poor mood. I've really carried things. All right, thank you.
Imagine that. Fred Toucher of Toucher and Hardy running the show. Good for you, pal. I'll give you an attaboy.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about.
You know what
this
it is?
Exactly what I was.
He was
talking
in here. Was in here looking for accolades. From
You're
12
just
for
bitching
being,
about everybody.
for being a great anchor today. I'm like, wow. I wonder if that's your job.
Unbelievable.
I don't know if it's my job to emotionally anchor you.
Maybe you need to.
You keep sifting through my hands. I try to
Enjoy
hold you,
your
Hardy,
weekend.
and hold you down and carry you. Look at the sand.
footprints
There's
on the beach.
That's right. You get it, but you don't get